All right.
Let's get it going.
All right, y'all. What's happening?
There's been an awakening.
They awakened.
Mopar woke up.
Shit. My bad thing about Revan is his dinky little woman feet. He's got bastila feet.
Hello, what have we here?
Could be a woman.
You guys are so
That's true. Well, Canon's is a dude, right? Canon is a misogynist.
Yeah. It ain't C3 penis face.
R2 Drangus.
Can we take that? C3 Pingus.
May the force be with us. Fucking A.
Good day, Galaxy. You have entered the best thing that's ever happened ever. Rogue Squadron Podcast, episode 100. I am Mopar.
I'm Commander Cody.
Got an exciting episode. We've got a surprise guest that I'm not going to say anything mean about. We want to welcome everybody in the chat room tonight, right now, because we are doing giving away a giveaway.
The only way we know how.
So, as you can see, we are wearing some awesome merch, t-shirt, shits. Mopar's got the Tatooine, a place in the suns.
I got Scarif, a sunny place for shady people.
I kind of like it.
It's perfect.
Awesome.
And we got a few random things that we're giving away too, besides the awesome Darth Revan. So there's some stickers.
So not only are these shirts amazing, but you guys can purchase them if you guys want to.
If you don't win the giveaway.
If you guys don't win the giveaway, even if you do win the giveaway, you still have to go here. So you guys might want to just head on over to t-24.com and check out all of the merch stuff. He's got amazing Star Wars stuff that we're wearing right now, but it's not limited there. You guys can go over there, and it's all like nerd,
Marvel,
culture,
DC,
media.
everything.
Yeah, it's all good stuff. So like I said, t-24. T- is the words. 24 is the number.
numbers.
Yes, so t-24.com.
Someone already... Do you guys do a line of black tar heroin before coming on, or are you always this extravagant?
Well, this is the show. I'm pissed.
I'm triggered.
Let's do something. Let's do something about it. Like I said one last time, t-24.com. You guys can head on over there if you like the t-shirts that we're wearing.
Do it.
Or if you just want to check out all the other Star Wars nerd merch that he's got.
Yeah, and the winner of the giveaway tonight gets whatever stickers they want, the Darth Revan action figure, and whatever shirt they want from the site. So we didn't actually get one for you guys yet. We want to make sure you get to pick one, you get to pick your size and everything else.
This Darth Revan, the one that we have open here, Commander was able to snag 2 of them.
Yeah.
But you can see his cape's all tattered and worn because he's killed younglings.
Shout out to our buddy Jason from Sidetracked. If you guys... he's usually in the chat, but he's not here tonight. But get Sidetracked on YouTube. They have a show as well. But he has a Google alert for when the Darth Revan is like available on the Hasbro site. So he messaged me like at 6 a.m. It was like, dude, Revan's for sale. You have to get it today. So I picked up a few. So I'm geeked.
Yep.
Aside from the giveaway, we do have a 10% beer. We'll get into that here in a second. I walked into one of our favorite local craft beer stores and I said, dude, Mike, it's episode 100. Give me something wild. And he did.
He said, get out!
no beer here. And I'm a little scared for it, but I'm excited at the same time.
Yes. And we do have a drinking beer, our go-to. It's Photon, local brewery.
Oh,
so
yeah.
this is just going to be we have our review beer. And we're
Drink some and we're going to talk about some.
So.
I just wanted to make sure the feed looks all good and everything, and I think it does.
Good. I think it looks
Cool.
good.
If anything wacky happens, just let us know. It's bath salts. Yep, bath salts.
Shower salts. Shower sugar.
Got it. Another slow week. Killer Ren will note that, no, we didn't catch up on Rebels because we're terrible. I suck.
It's true. I watched episode 3 and I got pissed for the first time ever.
I watched episode 1 and 2, and I didn't get pissed. Just watch them in the background while working, you know.
Yeah, I honestly, maybe it's just gotten to the point where I've seen it so many times that I can quote the whole damn movie.
There's not much there for
and
you. Yeah.
I put it on, even if I put on something like that I fall asleep to, I usually sit there and watch it. And then I get to a point where I'm tired and I turn it off and go to sleep.
Yeah.
But I literally I didn't even watch it. I played on my phone the whole time.
With snort death sticks.
Snort death. Guys. Guys.
We don't have any death sticks.
Guys.
So if you want to, you know what? All right, I saw a one of those memes.
Block them.
Block them. Okay, come on now. I saw one of those memes that was like Star Wars facts, like number 258 or whatever the hell, and it said the guy that Obi-Wan told to go home and rethink his life went home, rethought his life, and decided that he liked selling death sticks and kept selling death sticks.
That's funny.
So
Great.
we got that. Yeah, so it's been a slow week for news. Nothing major going on.
Unusually warm.
It rained.
Bunch, and then it
terrible.
was really nice today.
What we didn't talk about last week was that Tommy Boy and I saw the live Game of Thrones concert, which was really, really cool. So we can
I saw Logan.
chat that a little bit.
You didn't
I was
see it.
trying to see it today, but I didn't have time. So amidst everything else, it just didn't happen.
Chainsaw.
Well, we can talk about it. I'm sure he's going to want to talk about it as well, and then we'll figure it out. What else? What else going on? You ready for this beer?
Yeah. Well, you want to do the drawing real quick?
Nah.
What drawing?
What trying? What are you talking about? this one, this Revan, that's from Mopar. I got
You
one for
guys-
myself. That one's from Mopar.
We actually already picked we picked my name.
Whoever the winner is, I'm going to order one off of Hasbro, and you're going to have to wait a year for you to get it.
We're hand building it.
Handcrafting it from the dark side.
I'm smithing mine out of Elven.
And hollow crayons. Okay, so like I said, I walked into Crafted Drafts. I can't. It's
Back
so.
to it.
Oh my god. It's so like I don't even think about it. It just happens. It's like saying I say like we said.
We already said it.
I walked into Crafted Drafts and I said, "Give me something crazy." And he sat there, thought for a second,
I'm scared. Look how thick it is.
and he was like, "You know what? Oh boy."
You can't do that.
I'm just making sure it didn't
Spillage.
I can't spill it on Revan. So yeah, this might be a little wild, but something that a buddy of ours has always been trying us to get into is La Trappe, and it's a Belgian beer brewed by monks, and it's like $14 for one of these bottles. And he said this is better. Like La Trappe is like the most widely known one, but he said this is better. It's stronger and it's cheaper. So he's like, yeah, you're gonna have this. Good luck. I didn't pick it. He picked it. Don't look at me like that.
Scared for my loins.
Fabio. I wish. I don't even really know how to say it. It's all in like medieval script. I can't fucking read it. Priaris.
God. I can't do this.
Mopar's,
do this?
Mopar's definitely not winning the Revan figure.
Being a bitch, drinking out of glasses.
Mr. Walkway. The Drearis or Priaris, something like that.
Prairis.
I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a quadruple.
It's Druish.
Oh.
From Druidia.
Yeah, they have air and stuff. It's a quadruple Belgian. It's 10%. And yeah, it looks sinister, to say the least.
I was sent to the office at school today for stabbing someone. For telling a classmate to trip into a wood chipper for thinking Harry Potter was congratulations, Comic. Comic Customs is living the dream.
Well, you're not wrong.
You're fighting the true fight.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I buy some?
Yeah, totally. All right. You already did the sniff test.
Fuck my life.
It doesn't taste that.
Fuck-
It doesn't smell that
Fuck
crazy.
you.
I didn't pick it. I need you to understand. You can tweet Mike later and say, dude, you killed me. It speaks to you. Every beer we turn into Saw Gerrera. Cheers it.
All right, let's try this.
It's not nearly as bad as you thought it was.
It's just not my favorite
You
flavor.
talked it up.
It's not my favorite flavor. Drink it.
You have to drink it. Oh my gosh. No, it's not that bad, man.
Drink it.
It feels a little too flat.
Feels heavy.
Flat in the carbonation. Droid lives matter. They do.
Really, don't fuck them.
Don't start rooting for the good guys over here.
The droids suck.
Which droids?
All of them.
Two of your favorite characters are droids.
Well, so yeah, you're right. I'm generalizing that it's all battle droids. Battle droids suck. You think? This is just an interesting beer. It's not my favorite flavor, and it's probably not my favorite style.
It's really interesting.
But what did we actually have on here? What's the picture?
I have no idea.
Oh, it's horses bucking at each other.
Yeah.
I said bucking, guys.
With a barrel.
Bucking with a
Watch
B.
your language. This is a kid's show.
Fucking ass.
He did say this is from...
True. I'll give you that, Roger. Droidicas are fucking badass.
This
Very
is
true.
from September 14, so it's been aged for 2.5 years.
Okay.
And if anyone didn't know...
You know what this was?
What? What was it?
You walked in there and said, we got a special episode, give us something. He's like, no one's bought this for 2 years. I got to get it off my shelf.
I don't think he would do that to us.
He would.
He did. And this is it.
This is it.
The longer it sits there, the stronger it gets.
Everyone loves Gonk. Gonk. He's like a Pokemon in Star Wars. All he does is say his name.
Yeah.
I
I never thought of that before. I love it. Droidicas are badass. I love. He doesn't hate on the clankers. The regular battle droids are one of the most obnoxious characters. It might be as bad as Jar Jar. But I like all the droid, like the general droid army and stuff I like. And I like the super battle droids.
What actually makes the battle droids decent is the Clone Wars era.
Well,
I mean the Clone Wars cartoons.
Oh, yeah. The cartoon.
They're pretty
for sure.
cool.
Here's a droidica.
But you got to realize the droidicas are produced by a different species than
They were designed by
They were
different
designed,
species.
that's right.
But it's all Trade Federation and then eventually the CIS.
Yeah.
They are meant to be like that. Meant to be like what? Obnoxious? Yeah, I know, but that's why I don't like them.
It's like if there was a whole army of Alpha 5s from Power Rangers just running into battle.
Yeah.
Nope. I'd just be mowing those guys down. Pissed. I'm going to give this a
Back
9.
to the beer. Don't do that.
The head on it is extremely thick.
Yep.
Maybe
Man,
it's because
I'm
it's
liking
aged.
it more and more, man.
Yeah, it's got a smoky flavor to it. It's almost like they smoked rubber and put it in there, and you're just like, well,
It's a burnout beer.
burnout beer.
Please call now before it's too late. Too late for what? What are you trying to do?
They want us to pick.
Not until we
choose.
drink this beer and all 4 of these beers and the 6 beers that are downstairs, what we call the winner. No, I'm just kidding. It won't be that much longer. Let's just do the beer review and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I like it, man. I like it every more sip.
Every more sip.
I said it. Every additional sip, I like it a little bit more. Let me look this up because I want to know. Because there's not much information on the label.
Guys, of course HK-47 is the best thing ever created. The best thing ever created. Also, K2SO is a badass.
Oh, yeah. Those are one of my two of my favorite characters. And they're both droids.
There's a flavor in this beer that I can't quite get. And it literally says nothing about the fucking beer.
That's why I was just looking it up.
It does say product of Belgium,
No notes at this time.
top fermented. Austin, Texas. Great.
Ruby highlights.
Ruby. What is Ruby? What is Ruby?
I don't know. I'm just reading I don't know much
Diamond
about
highlights.
beer.
This
For as
is-
much as I think I know, I don't know.
Iron highlights.
Malty notes of a dark, fruity bread with raisin,
Raisin.
grape, and spice, and a hint of alcohol. The alcohol
Hint.
profile tastes more like a liquor.
It tastes earthy.
What? Darth Revan
Oh my god, what is happening? Hey Mopar, what Dakota? Descrota. The bitch.
What's up, guys?
Woo.
I'm with beers like this that are this extravagant. I'm always unsure how to rate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's not like an everyday beer. So
I mean, it's 10%, so like
it's good though.
it's cool for an event like episode 100 or whatever. Do we even say it's episode 100?
It's 100.
Guys, episode 100 fucking 100. So,
Episode 100. Oh man,
I'm liking it though. Keep
I
sipping on it.
do like it. It's not something that is just itching my scritch, but
Yeah.
it is really good. And as like you said, it's like as you drink it,
Right.
That's like every beer. Every sip.
The more I sip.
Every sip you take. Na, 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 na.
What is this?
Every chug you fake.
So we'll give it a
I'll
rating.
be drinking you.
And then by the time we're done with it, we'll re-change the rating. So I think with our rating system, we're going to have to just go with a 1.
Yeah,
It's not bad.
Fair enough.
Or would you say 2?
I was thinking
You're
2.
going 0. Oh, you were?
I was thinking 2, but it is such an eccentric beer. It's hard to say. Definitely try it, but
Yeah. It
All
is.
right.
Also probably is hard to find.
I'll live with the 1.
I will live with the 1.
I'll live with it.
In like 10 or 15 minutes, we'll change it to a 2.
All right, 4.
All
All
right, guys. Listen.
Guys,
Go. All right, so I made a list of everyone that's live with us at this moment for the giveaway. Like we said, you have to subscribe on YouTube, which all you hoes did. And you have to be on the show in order to understand and get picked for the drawing.
guys,
So we're about to do it, so pay attention.
gal.
Stop shouting at each other.
no more. Stop it.
Someone wants an R-rated Vader standalone movie. I say he should win, because yes. But we got to go random.
Grievous needs a standalone movie. I don't know about that. I like Grievous, but
And maybe a standalone cartoon or something.
I watched a Stupendous Wave video about Grievous, and it pissed me off. He brought up some good things that was just like, yeah, that doesn't really make sense. Because in the original 2-season Clone Wars, he's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
And then he's like a scared, retreating bitch in episode 3.
And then he's totally like Dooku's pawn
Yeah.
in like the Clone Wars cartoon.
And he's
Yeah.
outsmarted, and he's like him against Obi-Wan. He's like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
It is weird.
Uh-oh.
Crap, I need to be YouTube. No, you're fine, Deadpool. Yeah, you can stay there. I trust you. As long as you're live with us. That was really the point. You're the weird one that uses Twitch still. It's all good. All right, so I don't know. You probably can't even see this, but yeah, it's a blank white screen. I picked a blank white screen, and I'm going to pick somebody. No, I entered everyone's name, and we're going to randomize it.
Matt Keegan says a Gonk standalone movie.
Kong standalone movie. Yeah, right, totally.
It could just be like, what's that Tebow movie? What the fuck?
TiVo movie?
Elmo? What's the little droid? Something E? Wally.
Oh, sorry.
Wally.
I thought you were still going for Star Wars.
I'm hammered.
It's 10% beer. We'll give it a 3. All right, you ready?
All right, we're gonna be doing our
This is the
drawing.
moment that you've all been waiting for.
This is the best way we could do it. We've got a randomizer, so we're gonna do it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let's do a quick shout out. Everybody live, do a quick shout out so we make sure everybody on here is in the list. So
Oh, I see 12 viewers are still here. Scrotum, Roger, Lionel LeBlanc. Roger, what's your name, Roger? Roger, probably.
triggered.
Triggered. You should change it to Triggered. Prime Soccer, Matt Keegan, a.k.a. Train Guy, Revan for Hire, Chef Boy, Comic Customs, Deadpoolio, and Fabio De Silva. Wally. That's not how you spell Wally, though. The beaner is here, he says. Well, you're disqualified.
Well, I'm offended.
All right, guys, here we go. I feel like we need like a drum roll or something, or
Oh, we got a new guy.
oh, dude, X Fusion Blast.
No, we've already put it in.
Sorry, I already entered everybody.
Let's do it. Dakota said, "Oh shit!
Oh, God,
don't forget me."
I'll add some crazy sound effects in post.
Doot, 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 doot.
Pick one, and the winner is
Deadpoolio.
Deadpoolio.
Of course, and we gotta show it because
I don't know if I can.
yeah, it's kind of hard. It is. Deadpoolio is the winner of the Darth Revan and all of the bunch of it. So
Officially random Deadpoolio, my man. I was,
good.
yeah. That was wow, man, wow. All the build up. This is it. The Revan. He got it, and someone else just says fuck.
everybody's
Sorry,
triggered.
guys. I know, it's triggered. If you really want one, just stay aware on the Hasbro toy, whatever it's called, website, and because they do reprint them, and it's very limited. It's like twice a year, something like that. So
Look at all of this.
Time to take a
Fuck
shot.
yes, fuck,
Time to
fuck,
take a shot.
Darn it, shit.
well, and then Matt Keegan, the badass, is like, congrats.
This is fun.
If
Where's the rope? Get your fucking rope.
just say everyone's just saying fuck shit. Come good stuff, man. So yeah, here's the Revan.
Congrats, Deadpoolio.
Super fucking geeked. And then we'll get in touch with you about the details because we're gonna let you pick a shirt and a sticker package that you want from T-24. You can pick your size, pick your shirt, and then we'll get everything shipped on over to you, man.
Like we said at the beginning, even though you didn't win, or if you didn't win, which is pretty much all you guys that said fuck and shit and fuck this place and blah, blah, blah. But you guys can, if you guys enjoy or are liking our shirts, T-24.com. Like I said, 24 is a number. The rest of it's other shit.
If you're listening and not watching, T-E as in t-shirt.
T-E-E-M-I anus.
Okay.
T-24.com. Head on over there, and you can get some of these shirts and shit and the stickers and the awesomeness. So, congrats, Deadpoolio, one final time. We hope this is the last time we ever want to get what?
There should be a prize for your most distant listener.
Distant.
He's in Australia.
I don't know. We've got a better looking woman in Moscow. Wait, discrotum. Never mind.
I know we do have a few people on Coruscant. So, I don't know. They might win. They might be a few more parsecs further away.
More like Chorus cannot.
All right, Deadpoolio.
Chorus can't.
We're going to send you shit. So, thanks for being a dedicated fanboy.
Thank you guys for tuning in live.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys. Stay tuned because this is just one part of the episode. We're about to call up Chainsaw, about to talk about some bullshit.
If you guys aren't aware, Chainsaw Reacts is a YouTube reaction guy, but he does a lot of different stuff. I know he watches like all the DC and Marvel stuff and blah, 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 but he reacts to every episode. He's obviously a huge metal fan. And that's not obvious, but I'm saying it's obvious. So,
It's obviously everything.
Thank you, Beef366. Episode 100. This is amazing. We never thought that we would get anywhere near 100 episodes, and this is 100 episodes of just normal shows. We do have other stuff on top of the episodes, so we've probably got about 125 units. 130. We're uh-oh. I don't want to talk to these fucks anymore. I'm tired of this shit. I quit. Episode 100's off the rails.
Everyone's pissed.
Everyone's pissed. So, if you guys are listening and you want to watch live, you can go to Rogue Squad Pod on YouTube. Can I ask you guys, does it let you know if we're going live?
Yes.
I assume it does.
Lets me know.
And lets me know too. Lets me know first.
You switched over to Photon already?
Dude, Photon's too drinkable. I like that. Like, that's a good beer, but fuck it. I am. Dude, it's Mopar Squad Pod right now. I gotta do everything by myself. God.
Never coming back.
Skype spam? Wait, Skype has ads now built in?
He probably hears the sound dial and is pissed.
Oh, yeah. Wow, we got 14 motherfuckers. Guys, we haven't ever been on the rails. That's the issue. When we say the episode's off the rails,
That's standard.
this is standard stuff. So,
Especially with a 10%er.
if you have notifications on, it tells you. Awesome. Well, turn them on. This is I can taste the mash in this.
Oh, I love it.
Sorry for the delay, guys. We're trying to get Chainsaw Reacts on,
Distract me too.
so we can move this episode forward.
Only question.
Yeah, move it forward.
More. Oh shit. I mean,
Move it forward.
try harder. Awesome, man. Well,
Tired
Oh
of this
yeah.
tired of it.
shit. Do I sound good?
No, you never have.
Okay.
No. Yeah, you're fine. It sounds fine.
Okay. That's all I care about.
You sound decent. Oh, there's a spot where the music turns off for a second. I keep forgetting to change it.
All right.
There we go.
So, have you seen? We haven't started yet, unless we can't.
No, I didn't even stop. We're good.
Okay.
We're rolling. We're doing it live.
I have to ask, and before we get into James Hetfield triggeredness for the Grammys or the Oscars, whatever it was.
Yes.
Before we get into that, because I watched your episode about that, I agree. I was just triggered. I watched that live, and I just like tossed my hands up and just laid down and died. I was like, the biggest, best band of all time, and they couldn't just turn the shit on. But have you seen Logan yet?
Of course. course it
See,
is.
this dude,
Look.
Dude, come on, man.
I'm just saying, you are missing out on one of the greatest comic book movies ever made. It's not even a comic book movie. It's a drama, a Western.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
yeah.
Oh, I'm going to see it. I just didn't have a chance yet.
You know what's funny is
It's not funny.
I said that exact thing. It's one of the best comic book movies, and that's weird that you. I mean, obviously it's a comic book. It's comic book character, but the way the movie was put together, and the plot of it, and the enemies, and the drama in it, I felt like it was pulled straight out of a comic book. Like, as opposed to some of the early X-Men stuff, it was just like, oh, look at these flashy explosions and stuff. This one actually got like nitty gritty. Well, clearly it was nitty gritty. It was the most brutal movie I've ever seen.
The violence is more brutal than Deadpool.
Yes.
In some is.
In many is, yeah.
Wow.
It's rough, dude. There's a lot of things that happen, and you gasp.
Well, I was shocked when I saw the trailer. It's like,
Dude.
what's going on? This little girl's in the
Yeah.
convenience store, and all of a sudden she's murdering people.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The trailer is cool and all, but yeah, they're hiding like 90% of the good shit.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Like they're only showing you like literally itsy bitsy little thing compared to
That's good.
the massiveness of this movie.
That's the way it should be, though, you know?
It feels like an independent film in the sense of the scope isn't worldwide destruction. You're not traveling to 10 different places.
Right.
You're literally in 4 or 5 spots throughout
That's
the movie.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
I was wondering when Deadpool came out, I was so shocked at the way that so it's 20th Century Fox, correct?
Yes.
The way the Fox movies were with X-Men and Fantastic Four and all that. I wondered what shifted, because as soon as I saw the Deadpool trailer, I was like, this is totally different than everything else.
They just
don't give a fuck anymore.
They grew a pair of nuts and just went for it. They went for. I mean, honestly, like everyone's wanted that. Everyone wanted Deadpool, but no one would go that far.
Mm-hmm.
And they finally just said, "Screw it! We'll make one of the most raunchy movies ever."
No,
and it's
their
about a
fucking
comic
choice.
book, about a comic book hero. So it's just like, I mean, it was
Hero.
a risk. It was a risk because comic book is supposedly a child, young adult thing.
Right.
But when you see Deadpool, you're just like, what happened?
Right.
That's not, my kid should not be seeing this. I'm not going to spoil anything, but we can talk about general stuff and general thoughts on Logan.
Yes.
But I do want to say the first word in the entire movie is fuck. So sorry spoiler for everybody, but that just kind of sets up the whole movie because he says it more than once. I'm pretty sure.
a couple times.
Yeah.
Good couple times.
If you don't like the word fuck, do not watch this movie.
I'm offended.
No.
You
It is
just
said
said it right now.
It's said a lot. Like, because there's people out there like, oh, I can handle cursing, but when they hear fuck, they get uncomfortable.
Right.
It's said a lot in this movie.
Triggered.
It is said
Good.
plenty of times.
Yeah, don't get triggered, son. That catchphrase. Jesus Christ. People are stupid.
You're triggered right now.
By the way,
Speaking of
I
triggers,
don't know who it is. It's one of you children, but one of you keeps attacking me about my DC shit, and I'm tired of it.
That's me.
I don't even like you anyways. I like the other one. Jesus.
the other one, Commander.
I'm just trolling you whenever I do that.
Yeah.
It's funny. I troll my little brother too because he's obsessed with the Flash and the Green Arrow and stuff. And I try to sit down and watch those shows a few times with him, and it's just not my bag. So I just make fun of him for it.
It's hard for me to watch that stuff. DC, I like DC better, in a general sense.
Yeah, he does.
But I can't watch that shit.
Yeah, I like Marvel better. So I'm
funny
naturally
because
to like.
I love all DC, but I love that shit. I love what the Flash did this week. I love what Supergirl did this week. I don't know. I'm attached.
I'll give you like Gotham. I was into. I liked Gotham, but when you would get into like Supergirl and and Flush, I couldn't do.
Flush.
I will admit, Supergirl has its issues, especially during season 1, because they really try to go for that feminist stuff, and they try to go too girly, and it just felt uncomfortable in some spots.
Right.
Because they're pushing an agenda, and it's like, this is uncomfortable. Get back to the story, not pushing your agenda to the public.
Right.
So
Yeah, I just can't stand that girl's face in Arrow, or her upper lip doesn't move. The upper lip
I don't
doesn't
even know
move.
what you're talking about.
I'm so mad. We're just gonna run over here. Like move your lip, and get off screen.
No, don't take it personally though. I'm just trolling you. I don't mean anything by
I take it personally. I cry at night. I'm like, I'm fucking tired of this.
You should, because those shows fucking suck.
All right. Metallica is the greatest thing ever created, except for
BT Bam. Go.
Right. I thought that was the most outrageous thing. One, they didn't even introduce the band.
Talking about the Grammys, by the way.
They said, "Oh, the biggest band ever," and Lady Gaga, and it was like you didn't even say Metallica
Because everyone knows the biggest band ever is Metallica.
Yeah,
not the Beatles.
There's even earlier in the show, James Corden was like doing one of his speeches or whatever out in the crowd, and he says, "Later, Lady Gaga is going to rock out with a band." What?
A band.
Wait, a band. And the biggest kick in the balls is that a couple days ago they released the rehearsal footage of them performing the song on stage during rehearsal, and everything's working.
Right.
Everything's fine.
Right.
I'm like, they should have just showed this and pretended people were there because
Right.
there's no one in the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, I
I'm like-
heard. So after what was the most recent award show?
The
Academy
Grammys?
Awards or Grammys or whatever.
Oscars.
The hell? Oscars. I heard some people speculating that when they had that mix up at the end with the award winner, that they were just doing that for like ratings and shit. So I wonder if they, purposely turned his mic off to like get some buzz going on about the fucking show or something.
Dude,
and that's why he was
shitty, though.
extra pissed, because it's James fucking Hetfield and you don't do that.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're just pulling some like TV antics or something.
Here's the interesting thing. So the next day, videos started popping up of they're saying James mic on version. I'm like, what do you mean? And apparently they were streaming it online too when they were airing it on TV so people could watch it on the website. Apparently on the streamable version, James mic was on.
What? So it was
Yep.
the feed was cut between the
So-
live feed and like the speakers.
It was the TV feed then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently in the audience, because there's a video in the audience during the performance where James's mic was off at the actual show. Like if you were in the audience, you couldn't hear him talk whenever the mic's off.
Something must have been wrong with him too, though, because if his mic, if the TV people couldn't hear him, but the online people could, I mean, that wouldn't make any difference to him.
Is this
but,
technical support squad pod?
but
What
his
is going on?
but his monitor must have been off
Yes.
because he was fucking pissed, man.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
he threw his guitar at the end. He
Yeah.
was, dude. You
He
think
chucked
of,
his
you,
guitar at the
You
end.
think of Metallica and you take away the Hetfield voice out of Metallica, dude. That's like half of Metallica. I'm gonna say Metallica one more time.
Please say it
But,
multiple times.
I feel like that's like Black Sabbath without Ozzy voice.
Right.
That's not any. That's not. It doesn't even exist. It's not anything.
Yeah. Unless you look at an instrumental, then maybe. Lars admitted that for like the first 10, 15 minutes after the performance, back in stage, James was literally like screaming at people.
Yeah.
And apparently the guy, whoever accidentally unplugged or hit the cord, he got fired.
Well, yeah.
Well, he no longer lives. Hetfield stabbed him with his guitar.
Hetfield fucking went.
James ate him for breakfast.
Hetfield sent him loose in the woods and went and fucking hunted him down.
Right. For whom the Hetfield tolls. Dead.
Hunt you down without mercy. Hunt
Yep.
you down on Nightmare Long.
Mm-hmm.
That's
love
awesome.
it. Later, Fabio. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it.
What do you want to talk about now?
Metallica's good. BT Bam's good. Have you seen BT Bam live recently? In the past
Not recently.
year or so?
No.
I was just wondering because we got our buddy Tommy Boy into them, and we saw them back in September, and we were really, really, really geeked about it. And all they played was Coma Ecliptic in its entirety, which is cool, which is fine. But I was kind of like expecting Parallax, so I just wondered if they're doing anything different live.
They had a release today that they're going to be doing basically the same thing they did with the Parallax 2.
Live, yeah.
A live DVD of Coma.
Yeah.
I was hoping it was a tour that they were. I'm still triggered about that.
It's a pretty cool concept because you can see them live and perform the album in its entirety, but if you have an actual disc, like great quality, like, I mean, I bought the Parallax live, and sometimes I listen to that instead of the actual disc version because it's that good.
It is. I
it's
was
ridiculous.
just listening to it last night.
Yeah, you texted me about that. Yeah, it's
And-
crazy.
Silent Flight Parliament, which is like the second to last song, third to last song. I was listening to it, and I didn't even realize I was listening to the live version.
It's crazy, dude.
It's that good. It is that good.
People were triggered that we're not talking about Star Wars.
Well, let them be triggered.
We got some people from the Nerd Room, another podcast in the Star Wars Commonwealth. Thanks for popping in, guys. And yeah, Scrota wants to talk about Star Wars right now, or else he's gonna.
Well, I mean, we haven't talked about Rogue One yet. I mean,
that's true. That's very true.
Well, before we get into that,
Sure.
let's do Metal Squad Pod and keep talking about not Star Wars.
Technical support squad.
Technical support.
So when I turn my iPhone on, it does this. What's the remedy of that?
Well,
So I locked my iPhone, and James Hetfield was screaming at me about things that I didn't know about.
Things I didn't know about.
how do you remove a microphone from your throat? Because Hetfield stabbed me with his.
Okay, so
we can't talk about Rogue One. Let's jump into the. There was a release that Disney
pulling a
execs.
command.
There was a release that Disney
Can't talk.
execs saw like 2 or 3 5-second clip of The Last Jedi.
yeah.
So we can talk about
Did what about it?
You finally hear Luke say something. So obviously it's seconds after The Force Awakens. She's got the lightsaber out. He turns and supposedly he says, "Who are you?" So this raises so many questions because we assume that's his daughter. Half the people think she's a Skywalker. But the fact that he's asking, "Who are you?" Is it a general question? Is it like a Yoda-ish? Yoda-ish? But what do you think, Chainsaw?
That's interesting. That's the first thing he says to her, supposedly.
Right.
Like, no confirmation. If that's the case, then the theory, it's his daughter, goes out the window because he's Luke. He would know that that's his kid. So the fact that he doesn't know who she is, that's a major problem.
He sensed his father from a mile away, and he didn't even know who he was.
Or what if all the mind erasing stuff we thought had maybe happened to Rey, Luke did to himself or had someone do to him?
It's all the same dementia beans that Yoda had.
Yeah, they got those psychedelic mushrooms on the fucking island in Scotland or whatever.
So are you implying that Luke doesn't know what's going on? Like
No. I'm just saying, like, I still do really think that Rey's his daughter. So I'm just kind of, throwing another random ass fan theory out there that maybe Luke he disbanded the Jedi Order, he kept his daughter safe, he went out into hiding and, like, erased his mind or did something like that to help him forget about it.
She's a reincarnated Tauntaun. Well,
I'm done.
I agree with that theory.
it's proven. Heard it here first.
Speaking of theories, I don't know if you guys talked about this. I think it just came out today. The guy they're casting for Han Solo, he has a scar similar to Snoke's scar, and immediately it goes to new Snoke theory. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm not kidding you.
Yep.
The guy was casted like 2 days ago, and literally today, similarities, and then it's the guy, and then there's Snoke, and like in that outline of the scar, I'm like, are you?
Yeah.
We got nothing else to talk about,
last
man.
Snoke theory. I'm like, it's not the last Snoke theory. If we don't find out who he is in episode 8, there'll be tons more coming out after 8.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah,
Snoke
theories are just dumb because
Please
they
keep going because it's fun, but also
stop.
Shut the fuck up.
The other thing that was released, I guess, in that little teaser video that the execs saw was they saw Leia in a military. What do you want to call it? Outfit, I guess. Yeah. So I don't know what to think because I heard that she was supposed to have a more prominent role in episode 8.
Right.
But now that she's gone, how are they gonna maneuver around this? How are they just gonna have? I mean, they're gonna have to kill her off. You can't redo Leia.
I just think they keep episode 8 as is, and she dies between episode 8 and 9. And they just reference back to it.
Yeah.
I think that's just. I wouldn't do that either.
I mean, it's not the best idea, but without like CGIing her or anything wacky, I think that's like the safest thing to do.
I would have been okay with the CGI because we saw what Rogue One did, and that was now, and we would have to wait a couple years, so it may even look even better. But I don't want it. But I wouldn't want it to where every single scene, like the way it's already written out. Okay, she's CGI for everything. Just a couple of CGI shots, and just have her role like pushed down to a minimum.
Yeah.
And then have her only say a couple of lines, and that's it. You don't go too far into it.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tarkin. Just a couple shots.
The only thing though is like, we said this when we were reviewing Rogue One. I think Tarkin worked because those original shots were 40 years ago. I think we just saw Leia in 7. We're going to see her in 8. She just passed. Carrie Fisher just passed away. I think to CGI her in that setting would be kind of strange because it's so like recent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But if they've already said no, we're not CGIing, then that means either they kill her between 8 and 9, which I don't like because that's very disrespectful, I think, to the character. Like, oh yeah, we're just not going to see her anymore. Like, we're done. But now the rumor is that they're going to recast for 9.
Dakota says Snoke is Mopar. He cut himself shaving. It makes sense.
I don't cut myself I don't cut myself shaving.
And what are you? You're not bald. What the fuck? Where'd the big gash in the top
I
come
believe
from?
that. I like that theory more than all the other ones.
Because Mopar shaves his forehead every Tuesday. Oh shit!
I'm Snoke now. I gotta take over the first order.
Snoke now. I just become the theory. Snoke theory.
Let's jumping back to Rey for a second. So there's a million theories about her as well as Snoke. Do you think she's a Skywalker? Do you think she's a Kenobi? What are your thoughts on that, Chainsaw?
Well, since you asked me.
I did ask you.
I know. I was trying to forget it, but I can't forget it. It's in my brain now.
Hetfield is Snoke.
I would love that so much. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Fire. So I would have this. I'm okay with either. If she's a Skywalker, I'm fine. If she's a Kenobi, I'm fine. It'd be cool if they tied it in with Obi-Wan so we can bring Ewan McGregor back as a Force ghost and then she can see her grandfather. That's the theory, that's her grandfather somehow. But then there's other theories. Oh, it could be Luke could be her dad and also her grandfather in some sort of way is Obi-Wan, like Luke had sex with Obi-Wan's daughter and that's how it's all. Like, that's too complicated. Like,
she's both.
That hurts my brain.
She's a hyphenated. She's a Kenobi Skywalker.
I like the theory because we talked last time about what if Rey's name is not even Rey? Like, what if you learn her first name's something completely different? Which I would rather hear that and save 9 for her lineage and what her family is.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
First.
I don't know, man.
I kind of assume Rey is a nickname.
I do. Yeah, I assume that 100%. I just always go back to, Star Wars is about the Skywalkers. The saga says The Last Jedi in the crawl for episode 7. It's too obvious, but I think that's what it's going to be. I just think she's Luke's daughter.
I truly hope it's not. And I don't think a Kenobi makes sense because Obi-Wan was so dedicated to the Jedi Order, and he knew that Anakin fucked up because he got married and had a kid. So, obviously, Obi-Wan's not going to get married or have a kid.
Yeah,
so
but
I don't think that makes any sense.
Part of Clone Wars where he starts to fall in love with that Mandalorian chick.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And there's all that time in between 3 and 4 that we don't know what's happening. Now, I know with the whole, season 3 thing, but, I think there's logical that maybe he found somebody on Tatooine after he dropped Luke off.
Yeah, it is logical. I don't know. Seems fucking wacky.
Wacky tobacco. I don't like it. I think she's a brand new character. They might pull a name from something, just like what's Dak's last name? Starkiller or something. Dark.
I don't know.
Dark Killer. I don't know. But if they pulled a random name from something else, I think it'd be fine.
I mean,
what if she was like a Tarkin?
A Targaryen. I'm cool with her being
a Targaryen.
a brand new character. I mean, it would be nice to end the Skywalker lineage off with Luke. And be like, episodes 1 through 6, we're about the Skywalkers. We're moving on now. It's about Rey and whoever she is. Doesn't have to be a Kenobi, doesn't have to be a Skywalker, doesn't have to be anyone crazy. Just the same way that fucking Slave Anakin was a nobody.
Ooh.
And was all of a sudden, the chosen one.
So we have a question from Discrota, but right before that, someone said, what if Rey is a Katarn? So Kyle Katarn, which actually I really like because he was such a rogue rebel kind of Jedi because he loved and hated the Force. He gave it up because he couldn't trust himself.
Because he's a bitch. Yeah,
it's very true. Let's move on. So the question for Chainsaw.
He's not canon though, is he?
Not yet. No. Question for Chain. What do you think about Jedi being plural for the new movie? Because it is. If you don't know,
He knows.
It can be singular and plural.
well, it's been released that in translations it is plural. So in other languages, they said the actual word Jedi is plural.
It's been released.
Which I think makes sense. And also, I did want to reference how when they announced the title on Twitter, I don't know if it was anywhere else, it might have been on Star Wars official website, but they said in the statement that continuing the Skywalker saga. I'm like, okay. So Luke's a Skywalker, Leia's a Skywalker, Ben, aka Kylo Ren's a Skywalker. Then you could then it's the continuation. But okay, well, if Rey's the main focus, because she's been the main focus in 7.
Right.
We assume she's going to be the main focus in 8 alongside with Luke.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they basically shot themselves in the foot, but I think they kind of confirmed that maybe Rey is a Skywalker at the end. Because, I mean, if the thing is the Skywalker saga, okay, well then if Rey's your main character, then you wouldn't call it that. You would say continuing the saga.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But people are but that's looking into a word and what does it mean? And we're getting into too many complicated things.
Well, technically, Ben is not a Skywalker; he's a Solo.
Well, yeah, but his mother is Leia. So General
Leia.
Generally,
yeah. That's why she's wearing that military or that outfit probably in 8.
Yeah,
because she's probably got to go in front of a committee and throw down some shit on people.
I wonder if it's possible if after Han and Leia broke up and divorced, if she banged someone else,
if they were even married.
Oh shit!
if I mean they had to be separated for like decades, I guess, maybe 5 years. Well, I guess that doesn't give enough room.
You went from decades to 5 years. I mean, like a millennia, like 5 weeks, right?
Right. So I'm just rambling. It doesn't matter.
They might not even been married though.
It's true.
What if they got all hot and heavy after episode 6 for like a few years and then broke it off? Somebody said in one of the chat rooms a few episodes ago that Leia is the last Jedi.
There's so much open for the Last Jedi. It could be Rey. It literally could be Ben. It could be undercover Kylo Ren.
I still love the idea of Kylo being undercover. I love that idea.
They're just trying to get to Snoke, and he had to prove himself by killing his dad. That's why it hurt him so much.
And he's so sad and pissed all the time because
or we can go even more deeper. Han Solo is in on the fucking trick, and he's not actually dead. # what the fuck? They could do that.
Now you're triggered for sure.
Yeah, no, that'd be amazing if they pulled that move like at the end of episode 8. Oh, by the way, I ain't fucking dead. Like, what?
He just falls in that episode 5 shoot when after Luke gets his hand cut off, he just whoop. I'm just hanging on an antenna.
Dude, has someone made the shooting star meme with Han falling off that bridge? Because that needs to happen like yesterday. What the fuck? If I knew how to do that, I would.
But that'd be really too brutal if like, okay, we're going to sacrifice my father to prove to Snoke I'm loyal. That seems a little too much. Because, because all he has to do is just do something else. Like, you just blow up the 5 planets.
I don't know. It's like Severus Snape style.
True.
Yeah.
Like he does a lot of shit just to
I
stay
would
low
not like that at all. If it turns out that he's been undercover and he killed his father to prove a point, I'm like, come on.
we're big Revan fans. I would love that.
I think it's and maybe that's why Luke is missing, because he made Kylo go and basically be bad, and he just had to like take a step back. He's like, I know he's gonna be he might even be walking the line, like slowly falling into the dark side, and that's why he talks to the Darth Vader mask, because he was what do you want to call it, saved at the end of 6.
Yeah
So maybe he's asking, I don't know, I'm just hammered.
That opens up a good thing. Like we were talking last episode, I always fucking say that, we were talking about the Yuuzhan Vong a little bit, and what if there's some epic outside force from the galaxy that like forces Luke and the Jedi Order or the First Order to like divert their attention to a bigger threat or something. So like, what if Luke is Kylo? You're the only one. Ben, you're the only one I can trust. We need to end the Jedi Council. You need to infiltrate the First Order and like make this shit happen. And I'm gonna go into hiding.
What if
would that make the Knights of Ren also in on this plan?
I would assume.
We still don't know about them though.
We don't know anything.
We have no idea.
We don't know.
Because the people that are standing in the rain when he kills everyone, we don't know if that's them.
Mm-hmm.
I assume it is.
Could be the Days of Ren.
What a stupid thing. Oh my God.
Well, the
That was
afternoons,
fucking
The Evenings of Ren.
evenings of Ren.
Sounds like a goddamn meditation music album.
So
Evenings of Ren.
So the issue is they do such a good job. The culmination of Disney with Star Wars,
yeah,
they're
it's
placing
perfect.
every word perfectly for us fanboys to sit there and yell at each other for the next year.
We're doing all the
until
marketing
next movie
and
comes out.
promotion for them.
So in Rey's vision, when you see Luke's, well, we assume it's Luke, and he has his mechanical hand, and he reaches up and puts his hand on R2. Where's that at? It's a lava planet, but what? I mean, is that when
Right.
the Jedi Order was taken down? There's stuff right in front of us that we're not even talking about. Like
I think they're going to explore that more. I think Rey's going to get back to that place again, and we're going to see even more of what that was. I think.
Well, I think they're gonna add on to that vision. I think there's a lot more to that vision that we haven't seen yet.
It's so sporadic and random. It just
So
like what?
when you do see Luke put his hand on, and then you kind of see like the flames, or it's not flames, but it's like sparks of lava.
Sparkly.
But when it looks down, it kind of looks like volcanic ash, and you would assume that it goes from Luke, and then you look down, and there's burning Vader in episode 3 climbing. They don't actually show him, but that's kind of what they're alluding to, because you see like the lava flashes and the yellow, and something's burning right
what if
there.
Luke went to Vader's old Mustafar castle to get something?
Well, I think what was happening was she was seeing where that lightsaber had been. It goes to Bespin.
Yeah.
It goes to Luke. I don't know. Actually, when he has his hand, I don't know where that's from.
Right.
But it's kind of mixed in with
be
like
brand new.
future and past, and you don't know where exactly everything's going on. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm hammered.
Also,
I'm in the chat. Fucking
people also pointed
Yoda?
out how when in Rogue One they showed all these different planets and all these different areas, and they show you in the corner what the planet is and all that kind of stuff. The one time they don't do that is on the castle.
Yeah.
People are saying, well, why did they
Interesting.
show that
Yeah.
and not give any context? I think because I'm thinking that it's going to be showed in episode 8, and they're going to reveal. We already know it's probably on Mustafar. We get it. That's his birthplace. He became Darth Vader there. You know, that's his place. He's so metal, you know. But you go back there. I'm assuming that either Luke and Rey go there, or in a flashback sequence, if they really haven't done that, they could show Luke going to that castle and trying to find something. That'd be kind of interesting. And then we get to see, okay,
That'd be cool, yeah.
that's why they show it in Rogue One. That's the tie-in. I personally think that's why they did it.
I had a thought earlier today, and it's kind of about this. Well, you just said flashback, and it triggered this memory. But like, they don't really do
Trigger.
flashbacks in Star Wars at all. Rey touching the lightsaber, that was a vision, not really a flashback. And
That was their way to get
closest
away
that
with
you
it.
get.
That was the way they got away with it. Instead of doing flashback, they did, it's a Force vision.
Well, it's
It's not even a flashback.
They more do the future stuff. You see clouded visions. You see Padme dying in childbirth. You see
Luke's face in the Vader helmet in Dagobah.
Yeah. And then now we see this vision. So the Force is playing with us. We're pissed.
These fuckers are pissed.
The Force.
Are you still in the chat room, Chainsaw?
I'm reading it. They're just kind of rambling.
Yeah, it's a bunch of nonsense.
That's what follows us.
These guys are drunk. Go home.
So let's dive into Rogue One.
Ooh.
Chainsaw's getting thrifty over here. All right. What are your initial thoughts of the movie all over?
Well, it fucking sucked. No, I'm kidding. I really enjoyed it. I was quite surprised how much I enjoyed it, because I was like, these are all brand new characters. I'm not really sure how I'm going. I'm hoping we get a lot of Vader. We didn't get a lot of Vader, but what we got was fantastic, I think.
Right.
Yep.
I fell in love with the characters, and you could tell where some of the reshoots were, because some of the shots they've shown in behind-the-scenes footage and trailers are not in the movie at all.
Right.
So you can tell they changed the ending, because I'm guessing you guys covered this, but there was a point where they revealed, like, they looked at the original script and went, everyone's supposed to die, right? I'm like, oh, we can do that? So they had to go reshoot it, and everyone dies. The way they killed Krennic was brutal. Like, the laser hit him, like, right at that tower. Like, yeah, there's no way he was going to survive that.
Tarkin didn't give a damn.
His own operation, his own machine that he built, Starcraft, killed him. That was his baby.
Yeah.
And
Tarkin's like, yep, we're eyeing that dude up. Blah, done.
Yeah, Tarkin completely stole it from him. And what I love about is that I didn't know about the Tarkin CGI character. I didn't know about it.
Thank you.
I didn't know about it.
It was so good.
I went in and before I heard about these, I was listening to non-spoiler reviews on YouTube, people talking about it, and there was one guy mentioned a CGI character. He didn't say who it was. He didn't say anything about what scenes. He said there's a CGI character in this movie. I'm thinking, okay, it's probably an alien or something that he was annoyed with. And then I'm sitting in the theater, and all of a sudden, the shot keeps going up, and then you see on the window the reflection of Tarkin. I'm like, and I was thinking, okay, it's gonna be one scene. He turns around like, oh my god. I thought it was going to be like one scene, and he kept going back to it. I'm like, oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah,
it's a fantastic film. The humor is great. And we talked about before when I was first on your show, where we were speculating that we thought Galen Erso was going to have the little, thing in the Death Star that would allow Luke to destroy it. So
that really ties things together, because that was always one thing that was like really one exhaust port. They're fucking shooting out the exhaust from their fucking washer and dryer.
That makes...
And you shoot something in there and it blows up the whole fucking star system.
You know what's funny is...
Star station. Battle station.
It was such a fan film because that was the crutch of, okay, of course, everyone knows the Star Wars parodies. Of course, let's build this stupid-ass exhaust port and it blah, blah, blah. It doesn't make sense. And then they're like, guys, we're going to make an entire film about explaining that exhaust port. And it's going to be brutal.
And also the Empire kills everyone in the meantime. Good. I'm for that.
Yeah. I agree. I surprisingly liked all the characters. Most. Cassian, he just seemed watered down to me. Like, he was a part of it, but didn't really care. And then he died at the end. And you're just like,
I liked the characters. I just wasn't invested in any of them except for...
I was invested in Jin and HK. K2SO.
I was invested in K2 for sure.
K2 was amazing.
Oh, man.
His death left me more sad than any other death in Star Wars universe. I seriously can say that. Like, even, what's bad is even Han Solo. Well, I guess I'll put Han Solo up there.
Yes.
But but we know Han over 4 movies now, and he died in the 4th one. K2SO was on screen for a half hour, and when he was dying, I'm just like, no! When Han died, I was like, no, finally!
You knew.
I was sad for Kylo.
We all theorized, okay, well, everyone's supposed to die, right? Or most of the people are supposed to die. Maybe Jan gets off and goes somewhere and we never see her again. Then when you're watching the movie, then at the point when the first person dies, then the second person, the third, I'm like, oh no, okay, it's the chain reaction.
Yeah.
One person dies, other person dies, it keeps going and going and going.
Yep.
And then the final shot of just Jen and I forget his name.
Cassian?
Yeah, they're hugging at the end. I'm glad that they didn't kiss, because I would have hated that, because it just didn't fit.
Yeah.
They just hugged it out and just died just from the explosion. I'm like, oh, that's brutal. But they got the plans. I mean, that's good, right? I mean, everything still works.
Yeah, she fulfilled her father's destiny.
High five. You died. I love it. It's
just
like
a strong handshake at the end.
Like a strong handshake, a fist bump. Done. Commander and I argue and are triggered about the Rebels always winning, and it was fine. It was cool to finally see. It was almost like both sides didn't win. We already know the Rebels get the plans.
Yeah.
So I put that win in the episode 4 column because it actually works out.
Yeah.
But Rogue One, everyone loses.
Right.
Even Vader at the end, he doesn't get the plans.
Right.
And it's right there. He even loses. I would say the only winner in Rogue One is Tarkin. Hey, trying to go do all the work and build this shit.
Yeah, he takes over the project.
He's the only winner in the whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I mean, as a Star Wars fan, I loved Rogue One. Obviously, we were geeking out in the theater, screaming, shouting when people came on screen, Tarkin, Vader for sure. I just think it's a serious Star Wars fan movie.
If you're not a Star Wars fan, you probably were lost.
Yeah, we had a lot of friends that came to the premiere with us here at Gateway in Columbus when it came out, and a lot of people that weren't like diehard Star Wars fans were confused at certain points.
Well, you got to think like in Episode 4, which is probably one of the most unwatched nowadays movies, especially for someone who's not a Star Wars fan. Like 4 is so hard to jump into.
Right.
But in the whole Episode 4 is the plans.
Right.
So when you find, if you're a new Star Wars fan or just trying to get into it, and you walk into Rogue One, you're like, okay, plans for what? What is that? What are you talking about? Why is this whole movie about plans?
Exactly.
Plans.
Yeah. I've had some people ask me like, I have a friend that's never seen Star Wars. What's the watch order? What should I start them in? Like machete order or whatever. I've been saying start with 7.
Yeah.
Show them episode 7. And if they like it and if they're into it and they dig it, then you can say, okay, this started 40 years ago. Let's go back and watch these movies like chronologically when they released.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
It's hard to say either way.
It's hard to say because you almost want them to start at 4 because that's production-wise, it's the worst.
Well, I say 7 first because I want them to garner an interest in Star Wars in general.
Sure.
And then if they like 7 and they have that interest, then it's like you prep them to go back and watch like a classic film.
I don't know.
Because you can't expect a 1977 movie to be like, oh my God, wow.
Right. You really do have to be invested in something.
Right.
You got to find out what they like.
Mm-hmm.
If you like
I would
Chainsaw Talk.
I would say, even though it would kind of ruin what the hell's going on, I would say start with Rogue One first. Then go into 4, 5, and 6, and then you saw all because you first get introduced to Darth Vader in Rogue One. You see him like then you can expand on now this is his son, this is what's happening, and then don't go to 7 yet. Go back, watch 1, 2, and 3, so you have to learn about the backstory of Darth Vader and learn about all these other things that they don't cover in 4, 5, and 6. Then you go to 7.
I kind of like that because it's like a volleyball volley. You're setting up for 4.
Yeah.
Because Rogue One makes 4 better.
It does.
And you kind of understand. I watched episode 4 last week, and the whole Tantive 4, the very first scene you see,
all you can think about now is the end.
Yeah, it's so much better because you know how close and how pissed Vader really is.
And when he chokes Antilles, he makes more sense.
What if it's Ray Antilles?
Ooh.
What if it's Ray Binks?
Now I want to bring this up because this is a Star Wars
You
podcast.
said Days of Ren and Ray Binks in the same podcast. You have to quit.
He's
Episode
just
100.
trying. He's just trying. Do you guys know about this whole thing going online where apparently now everyone hates The Force Awakens now?
It's been creeping up over the past 3 or 4 months, and that's why I posted a clip from one of our episodes it's pinned on our Twitter. And it's like, why is everyone pissed at The Force Awakens? Shut the fuck up for a second. That's not what it's titled, but that's the summary of it.
I don't want to compare Rogue One to Force Awakens because to me they're two completely different movies in terms of the stories and the characters, just different entirely.
Oh yeah, totally different.
I don't want to compare, but Rogue One is so fucking good. But Force Awakens brought us back to Star Wars. So I don't know why people. I guess because it's similar to A New Hope. Well, A New Hope introduced us to Luke and all these new characters, and we get to expand on them. But then we have to wait till 5 and 6 to really expand on their development. And these stories really come to fruition.
Yeah.
Okay. We only have 7. We haven't seen nothing of 8 yet. We have nothing to go on. So until we get 8, 9, don't fucking attack The Force Awakens because you don't know what's going on. Like, oh, it's just setup. Of course it is. A New Hope is set up. It sets up for 5 and 6. You got to wait till 8, 9.
But
then you can appreciate Force Awakens.
Even if it is set up by itself, it's such a good movie.
Well, 1, 4.
It starts, it ends. It's a good movie overall.
Yeah, 1, 4, and 7. You can't expect, dude. And when you see haters hating on the actual characters, dude, they're not even done setting them up. We learn people's names. They kind of fight a couple battles together.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of it. We haven't got to the nitty gritty awesome stuff. I'm sure Kylo's going to do something amazing in 8. Rey's going to just something's going to happen. Luke, Rey, Kylo, those 3. Those are the 3 characters that I'm so excited about.
Yeah.
K2SO too, because he's definitely coming back.
Mainly Kylo.
Rey's going to become a Jedi. Kylo Ren's probably going to bring the Knights of Ren together to go fight some people. We got to see them actually do stuff, and then Luke actually gets to talk. I mean, it's so much to digest.
It is, yeah. No, I have no hate for 7. My wife, who has never seen any Star Wars movie, which is a travesty, saw 7 first time, loved it, was interested in all the characters.
Just wanted to bang Poe.
It's just I wanted to bang Poe. It's as a movie, it's just so good, and as a Star Wars movie, it's so good. And the argument that we have made is, after all the backlash of the prequels, Disney went and did exactly what they should have done for all the fans that hated the prequels. They went back. They, number 1, had to reboot a franchise. Number 2, had to, I don't want to say win back their fans, but they kind of had to win back some of their fans.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what other movie you expected.
I think it's a balance. We get the revamp. You're getting back into Star Wars for the first time in a decade. You have to have a movie like Episode 7. When they did that and it worked, they move on to the fan film that everyone actually wanted in Rogue One.
Yeah.
I am so excited for 8. I really can't explain how excited, because it's going to be the Episode 5. It's going to be the epic. There's going to be a turning point. There's going to be something that just hits you right in the nuts, and you're like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Something's sitting right in front of us in 7 that we're not even discussing.
And it's just going to go boop.
Yep, it's just
right
going to be
fucking face.
Oh, I think Rey's a Skywalker. I think blah blah blah, and then you just, oh my God, what? I didn't even think about that. But
okay, I have an interesting question.
Dakota,
7 is so good. Here's my question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would 7 have been as good to you if the original cast did not return?
Yes.
If none of the original characters were in it, they said, okay, instead of 20, 30 years in the future, it's 50, 60 to where they're not even alive anymore. They're only referenced. You never see them. Would it be just as good as The Force Awakens as is?
I think it would have been better.
For me personally, I think it would have been better. But overall, for where they were as a franchise, I think it makes sense the way they did it.
I agree. I think they had to. You had to have a reference point.
Yeah.
We know these characters. We're already half moved on. Like, Han dies, so we're already pressing the exit button, the launch button to get rid of him, asshole button. But
we're still with you, Dakota. Don't worry. And Cleo, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it was necessary. We always struggle with them staying in the movie era.
I don't struggle with anything.
We struggle with them staying in the movie era. Like, move on from Skywalkers. Move on from Han and Leia. Like, R2-D2 shouldn't even be alive right now. He's like 90-year-old technology. Get him off the screen.
It's like us driving a Model T the fuck around.
He's probably going to die in 8. I can see he die in 8.
I kind of think there's going to be a large death, and what I mean by that is, like, the Falcon's going to blow up with
3PO and R2,
with a slew of characters aboard. So they're just going to one fell swoop to take them out.
One swift stroke. Well, they have BB-8 now. They have BB-8 now. I think it's a really good replacement. I kind of like BB-8 more. I kind of want to say.
I don't know.
What
if episode 8...
But it's a good replacement, though.
What if episode 8, C-3PO has like a blue head?
Yeah, they're just changing the color of his limbs. Like,
it gets to the point where he doesn't even look like C-3PO anymore. Just a rainbow bot. Rainbow droid.
So ridiculous.
But BB-8's kind of like the replacement R2-D2 in a sense.
Yeah.
Do you want them to have another robot to replace C-3PO or no?
No.
Don't do it.
I don't think it's necessary.
I don't want them to do that.
K2SO.
I think,
bring him back. Yeah.
I think that Finn actually fits that. He's not bumbling idiot, but he's the comic relief.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree 100%.
I think he fits that character. And you're not replacing C-3PO. You can't replace any of these people. You're not going to have another Han Solo.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, you can't do it.
This fucker's triggered. This motherfucker's triggered.
Ham duet.
But I agree with you. I would say that Finn is a good. Obviously, you can't replace 3PO himself, but he's a good new character. Yeah.
He kind
character
of plays,
archetype, whatever.
He plays that comedic relief. BB-8's kind of the bubbly, fun.
Yeah.
But he doesn't even talk. So
Same with R2.
But who's the shit talker? Because I feel like
Chewie's still in there.
R2's beeps. You just like, ooh, ooh. He's just like, You're a bitch, C-3PO. You're a bitch. But
That's why C-3PO just fucking hits him on the head all the time.
oh my god, I
Chewie's still in there.
When
Chewie
I-
talks shit once in a while.
But like I said, I rewatched episode 4 again. C-3PO is a dick to R2-D2.
He is. He's so rude. They're out in the
He's
desert. He's
so
like,
rude.
fuck you, you bucket of bolts.
He smacks R2 like 3 times within the first half hour.
Yeah. What an asshole.
You overweight glob of grease, blop.
And I think R2-D2 is saying stuff to him that we don't understand.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're just like shit talking each other back and forth.
Yeah. Is it weird that I almost understand what BB-8's saying?
Yeah.
Because I know
It was voiced by dudes.
Yeah, I know they have voice actors for him.
Yeah.
But when like Rey's talking to it, she asks
Him.
like, "Who are you? What are you?" I seriously hear him say, "BB-8." It's like BB-8.
There's one back there.
That's like a robot chicken.
It's right there.
I'm BB-8.
It's the fucking thing.
We're just gonna say that over and over.
I'm in the new Star Wars movie.
I'm
I'll
funny.
give you a thumbs up.
I'm on my ball.
Yeah.
I'm cute as fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Let's give a rating to Rogue One. Let's say out of 10. What would you give a movie like Rogue One?
9.5.
Oh, you went crazy with
Shit,
it.
son.
All right.
It's one of the best Star Wars movies ever made, my personal opinion. And I'm not saying it's like better than the original trilogy, but I mean, the original trilogy is the pinnacle, top. It's like right below it.
I mean,
it's
if you're a Star
It
Wars fan, it is better than the original trilogy, I feel.
Well, I mean, I'm not that big of a Star Wars fan compared to like you guys and
Why?
others, but I mean,
Get off.
Dude,
Yeah.
stop.
I'm not. You guys have your own fucking show about this shit. I don't.
You have reactions
Jesus.
about every bullshit in the world. I love it.
You should do
This
reaction.
is true.
You should
This is true, even though I get shit from you guys. Yeah, I know.
You should do reaction videos of just our podcast. What the fuck are these guys talking about? I'm so pissed right now.
Every
But
time I
these guys
tweet
will
you that
fucking
Green
mute.
Arrow
Jesus.
sucks.
They pretend to be a Star Wars podcast, but here we go again with fucking Metallica.
Make up your fucking mind, guys.
Yeah. Metallica's Squad Pod. Well, that's why we have that little joke. We can just change the name based on what
On the
fucking
Twitter.
topic it is.
Not Star Wars Squad Pod.
Yeah.
Everything but.
As a Star Wars fan, I think I would be close to 9.5 out of 10. But general movie, with everything that's going on these days with all the Marvel and DC movies, like general movie, general action, sci-fi superhero movie, I'd probably go closer to like 7.5.
I would say the opposite. I'd say in a general movie sense, it was awesome. But in a Star Wars sense, there's like some things that just, like the I'm wanted on 12 systems or whatever guy. Why when he shows up? If you're a Star Wars fan, that was cringeworthy.
I would say the opposite.
Pissed.
If you're a Star Wars fan, you're like, I know that thing. And if
You
you're
know,
not,
those
it's like,
two
wait,
guys
what?
that pop up in that scene
Yeah.
where they're from the bar. Yeah, that's the one thing I was like, awesome at the time. But then when I thought about it, no, you didn't need that. No,
Yeah,
makes no sense.
Yeah.
You only did that. You only did that just to get the people to go, ooh, something else we recognize besides the million other things that you're referencing and we know.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
just give me another Mon Mothma scene. That's all I wanted. I like
Right.
the fact that they
Yeah.
brought. She
More
got
of
fucking
her
cut
and-
out. She got cut out of Revenge of the Sith. They brought her back. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You know what's
More shots of her and Bale talking would have been awesome. Prime
Yeah.
Soccer.
Oh my god.
Thank you.
Referencing Obi-Wan. I'm like, ooh, yes.
Yeah.
I think they forced that guy or those two guys into it. They also forced C-3PO and R2-D2 into it.
Oh,
We
yeah.
could have gone the entire movie out without seeing those guys.
They shouldn't have been there at all. And the dudes from the bar, it would have been fine if they were in the crowd, but they shouldn't have fucking said anything. Like if he bumped into them and they just passed him and like showed him really quick, that would have been fine. They didn't have to say the same fucking line they say in episode 4, which is 3 days later. Unless that guy's going around every fucking planet he's on. I want it on 12 systems. Can I get a beer? I want it on
Can I
12
get a
systems.
beer? you know what they should have done is if they were going to keep that guy into it, they should have bumped into him and said, "I want it on 11 systems," and then shot him in the head. Now I'm on it on 12 systems, bitch. Let's
Just
hit the
keeps racking up.
Let's head to Tatooine.
Yeah.
We're not wanted there yet.
I don't know, man. I just think there's a lot of issues with the character development.
Jacob Weiss says Bale is so important, and
He is.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
The character of Bail, not only are you raising Leia and starting and like financing the rebellion.
Yeah.
And all the plans, the Tantive 4, you pick up Yoda. I mean,
he's seen a lot of shit.
He's done it all.
Yeah.
And he's probably the
He
least...
jumped into a speeder.
He's probably... Yeah, he
almost got killed at the Jedi Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sees...
And so it is.
He's a badass.
Yeah, he is
He's a badass. I don't know if they're going to do it, but they should do a Bail Organa book. They should expand more on him.
They really
between
should.
3 and 4. I know that they did some more in the Clone Wars animated show, but I want to know more about him. Raising Leia, what he's doing on, outside of the films. I want to know more about him. Because, what we got was amazing in Rogue One, but they didn't give us enough to me to go, okay, I got my field. No, I need more.
All right.
Well,
I've got 2 things.
They could have a whole series about the rebellion.
What if Rey
Tell me about it.
is an Organa? Or what if Rey is a Mothma?
I like the Mothma one more.
I think Organa would be sweet because he could have brothers and sisters that have kids that are younger than him. The timeline almost works too. If it was like a 10-year younger brother.
I don't know. Maybe. Your idea of her being someone brand new is my favorite, though, so far.
What if she is a Snoke? What if Snoke is a species?
Last name.
Rey Snoke.
Snoke.
I just thought about this because you said Mothma. Is Mon Mothma still alive in canon after Return, or is she dead? Do we know?
I don't know.
Because realistically, I think they announced they casted a very old woman to appear in Episode 8. If Mon Mothma's not dead, she could return in 8.
Well, you got to think she wasn't
going into battle in 6.
No, but she was middle aged in 3.
Yeah.
She's got to be really old now.
Yeah.
Well, I think a while back they casted a very old actress to play a unknown role. So
she would have to be like.
I'm not saying that they should do it, but I think it'd be really cool to see General Leia maybe having a scene or two with Mon Mothma, because Mon Mothma's from what I was reading about her, she's retired. She's not involved anymore. But that doesn't mean General Leia can go and talk to her and get advice from her maybe or something.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
A nice tie-in, but that's just me speculating.
Just like Ben's ghost. He's dead, but he talks shit to Luke.
General Leia.
Oh!
Yeah. Computers suck. Don't use it. I never had to use one.
They didn't fucking update the software. It's not calibrated. So that shit.
Don't get on Twitter. Your opinion is wrong.
Oh, man. General Leia. I just don't...
Oh, it just cracked me up.
I don't know why they can't just get a specific Leia.
Stop with the puns! I can't handle it.
I was at work when I found out that Carrie Fisher passed.
Yeah.
And I had to control myself because I was literally about to not cry, but start freaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that hit me so hard, and I had to sit at work for 5 more hours. So my mom works with me, so when we went to lunch, I told her, and she almost she was standing, she almost fell to the floor. It's that brutal. I mean, I was just like, holy crap. And then, of course, everyone else what are they going to do with her character? I'm like, can we just not talk about that for a minute? Can we just not? And then there's people online saying that she deserved it. I'm like, I got really pissed on Twitter. I was attacking everybody.
People are shitty.
Yeah.
Yes.
I luckily didn't see any of that stuff.
There was one person that posted a picture of her from one of those home videos she did where she's obviously on drugs a long time ago, and someone posted a photo of a shot and saying, "This druggie deserved it. No one cares about her anymore. She's useless."
Why does everything have to be
people are fucks?
Anti-drug propaganda.
That's what it was. Once she died, everyone was like, "It's the drugs that killed her." I'm like,
people are fuckheads. It
could have been anything.
People are fuckheads.
So dumb.
That's all it comes down to. I remember, it was bad news, and then I think we recorded the day after, and while we were live on the air, her mother had passed away as well.
Oh,
while we were live on the show.
That's such...
It's rough.
For how bad everything is, that's such a Star Wars thing. For it's almost like Padme dying, just losing the will to live. Like when her daughter died, it's just like, there's no more reason for me to be around.
Yeah.
It's such like a true story of, it sucks. It just sucks. It really does.
It's not good either way.
Let's dig ourselves out of this.
Yeah, I'm sorry I put you here, guys.
It's okay.
Just,
Your mood's all down in the dumps watching those DC shows all the time.
Yeah. Even though I was really happy last night watching Flash. And actually, my mood is down because I had to be on this shitty show. But anyways, let's continue.
What's let me ask you
I'm
this.
not the one dishing out puns over here.
Well, hey, at least he's not shitting on me every time I post something pro DC TV. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's like, "Hey man, I sent you an email. You should sign." Like, yeah, I'll whenever Arrow. I know Arrow's gonna take a break. With like, well, I got a better idea. Just don't fucking watch Arrow. I'm like, come on, Dad.
That's hilarious.
Come on, Dad. Don't be so mean to me, man.
Don't you have goddamn TiVo?
Goddamn TiVo. Let me ask you this, since you're such a DC fan,
Chainsaw's pissed.
who is your favorite DC character? Maybe. Well, that's the right answer.
Batman.
We can end the podcast now.
Batman's life.
He's the only
Batman
DC
is everything.
character, really. Though.
So, what was your thoughts of Batman vs Superman? Did we talk about that?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think we did. Yeah.
All right. Well,
we
never mind.
We
then.
discussed it in the Ultimate Edition, and I was saying how it was so much better.
Yeah.
But I mean, we have even more Batman to talk about the fact that supposedly Ben Affleck wants out. They have a new director. It's a lot of shit to take in.
Well, that's
why
an
did
issue.
he back out of the directing spot
That's-
though? Because he didn't like the script.
Well, so supposedly he said the character of Batman's taking so much of his time and effort that he doesn't want to fuck up the movie trying to do two things at once. But the other thing he said prior,
That makes sense.
The other thing he said prior to the movie being made, he said, "I only want to direct it if it's done right." So when he said that months and months before, and then he backs out of the directing thing, people are thinking, "Oh, this movie's just gonna suck." But his reasoning behind it, like I said, was I can't do both. I can't do everything.
That-
so
yeah, that
he
makes
wanted
sense.
He wanted to focus on the Batman.
That makes sense.
Now, did we talk about Suicide Squad?
I think so.
We had to have.
I don't think it was covered that much because I mean we were just all over the place discussing things. I
Just
enjoyed
like
the
tonight.
film. Yeah, I enjoyed the film. It has a lot of issues. The villain, especially the dancing. I bought the extended cut
I
with
forgot
the
about
extra
that.
17, 18 minutes.
So did I.
But the only real thing that was really worth watching and extended was the extra Joker Harley Quinn sequences.
Yeah.
There's a whole like 2-3 minute scene where it's another shot of all the villains walking in that broken down city, and Harley's just talking to every single person. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, this is where they're just expanding more, but it didn't really add anything.
Right, I agree. It was. I noticed that immediately when she's going character to character, and they're almost like forcing character development down your throat. They're just like, look, Harley, who everyone knows, is going to go talk to Captain Boomerang. Woohoo! It's just like,
Yeah.
all right, calm down. Like, it was an obvious reason that they pulled that because this sucks.
Right.
Now, with that said, I think Harley Quinn was probably one of the best parts of that movie.
Yes.
Margot Robbie
for
plays
sure.
that so well.
Yeah, she was good. That's why I was so excited for it. But
There are so many issues. There was a couple scenes that they added in that was just cringeworthy. I was just like, thank God they didn't put that in. But then I just paid $10 to watch this shit again.
and then I watched the movie and I was like, that whole thing was cringeworthy. What the fuck is it? Yeah.
The whole
the villain sucked. Terrible.
Yeah.
I was like,
Croc pissed me off too. I don't know why. Croc was bad to
where
me.
are we going?
It was
What the
just
fuck
like
he said?
overly.
Yeah. Anyways,
Well, hold on, guys. This
Well,
is
yeah.
the Grammy awarded Suicide Squad. They won a Grammy. I mean, come on, guys.
yeah, I saw
know.
some picture comparisons, and somebody was posting the costume design and makeup for Star Trek.
Yeah, Star
What?
Trek.
How did Suicide Squad win? Whatever.
I haven't seen the new Star Trek.
I haven't either, and that's why I was.
It's the best one out of the rebooted 3.
What?
Yes.
Damn.
You're
In my
high
personal
as fuck.
opinion, no, I'm not high. No, no, drugs are bad. Okay, I'm not even drunk either, like you two. In my personal opinion,
I'm not
the
drunk.
first reboot, J.J. Abrams one is like number 2, and Into Darkness is number 3. But Beyond is the best one of the 3.
Well, I gotta check it out then.
God.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of the con thing and the fucking.
No, that was the worst out of the 3.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. I was really excited for it. So when we went in and it started, and I was kind of upset. I was trying to give it my all. And when the Enchantress was introduced, I was not amused, and I still tried to give it my all. And then when it just developed into the typical superhero villain plot of, I'm going to suck a life force from the sky and then blow shit up, I was like, you just ruined everything.
And my Pharaoh brother's just gonna start
And the
wrecking.
Pharaoh brother who just like, I just got built myself from a fucking subway train, and here we are.
And he doesn't do anything. They should have just made it.
It was
kind of
bad.
like Logan, smaller scope. You don't have to go into the world, because in the world, I'm like, okay, the world starts getting destroyed at the end. Where the fuck is the Justice League? They're forming behind the scenes. Where the fuck is Batman?
Yeah.
Right.
Where is Wonder Woman? Cyborg, Flash should have showed up besides that scene and did something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Do you think having Suicide Squad as the third movie was a way for them to try to catch up in terms of like characters and footage for like their cinematic universe?
I think it was, people say it's a response to the Guardians of the Galaxy, which I don't understand, because Guardians are anti-heroes, but they're really heroes. Suicide Squad is all villains. I think that was their way to introduce a bunch of villains for future films.
Yeah.
But I think the catch-up is Batman v Superman, with all the stuff they threw into that movie.
Right.
Whether you love it or hate it, the extended cut's way better, but still they threw a ton of shit in that movie.
Right.
Marvel has not done an all-villain team-up movie.
Well,
DC is like, okay, well, we got this. Boom. You guys will have a female-led Marvel Cinematic Universe until Captain Marvel in 2019. Bitch, Wonder Woman 2017. Plant that thing. They're trying to catch up, but they're also trying to do stuff Marvel hasn't done yet. But it's up to debate if they're succeeding or not.
Yeah. I just wonder if trying to throw 7 characters that we've never seen into the third movie made sense at all, and I don't think it did.
Or the fact that
And a new Joker.
that Harley Quinn is using a baseball bat against every bad guy in the
Pharaoh
movie.
that's building himself out of a subway train.
She walks up to the Enchantress swinging away like goddamn Jackie Robinson, and you don't. It's just like, dude, Enchantress should just crush your face with her mind. Like, get off. Like, even though you're the best part of this movie, get out of the battle. You can't do anything.
Jackie Robinson Squad.
What DC should have done, if I could go back in time and rewrite the timeline up to where they're at now with Wonder Woman getting released, Man of Steel, Batman movie. But in the Man of Steel movie, you make references to Bruce Wayne. You show Ben Affleck a little bit. In the Batman movie, it's a Batman movie. Have some references to Superman, show Clark Kent, show him in the suit, whatever you want to do. Then Batman v Superman.
Mm-hmm.
The story would have to be altered because they're not meeting for the first time. They've already met in the previous 2 films.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad gets scrapped. Wonder Woman's next. Because if Wonder Woman is going to ultimately be in BVS, fine. If that's your end game, Doomsday shows up third act. Wonder Woman's the next film because she's introduced into BVS. Then do the backstory. And then after that, I would say don't do Justice League yet. Do Flash, Aquaman. Don't do a Cyborg movie. Change that to Teen Titans. Do Justice League.
Would you keep Doomsday in Batman vs Superman?
Nope. But if that was their end game, then fine. Keep that. Wonder Woman's introduced. The next film is not Suicide Squad. It's Wonder Woman. Comes out the same year, 5-6 months later. Before BVS starts, have a Wonder Woman trailer setting up. Okay, you see, she's introduced this movie. We already know the marketing shows her. The same year, we're going to have Wonder Woman. That's scrap Suicide Squad. Not worth it.
I'm scared for this new Batman movie.
Well, that's what I was saying really about my point in asking you the question about the Suicide Squad. Are they trying too hard to catch up, and by doing so, making
they kind of shot themselves
mistakes?
The funny thing is, unless they change it, we still think Deathstroke's going to be the villain in the Batman movie.
Right.
If that's the case, the funny thing is they did a whole entire movie about villains, and they didn't have the one fucking villain that's going to be in the Batman movie.
Right.
No references, nothing. If they would have showed Deathstroke in a scene or two during Suicide Squad, maybe recruiting him and he says no, or you see him in the suit. Apparently he's going to be in Justice League in some kind of post-credit scene, or he's going to appear somewhere in the film. Fine. But why would you do an entire movie setting up? Because they want to do it. Because they're like, Harley Quinn movie. Oh, a Deadshot. I don't want a Deadshot movie. No.
Yeah.
Will Smith doesn't need it. We don't need it. They're doing Gotham City Sirens, introducing us to a bunch of female characters and possibly Joker coming back and whatever. But it was just pointless because what are you going to do with these characters? Like, are they all going to show up in the Batman now? Like, is that what you did?
So you worried about the Batman or about the DC universe in general?
Both, but specifically the new Batman movie, because the issue is Batman is DC as much as DC is Batman.
Right.
When they're not making Batman movies, DC is, they're struggling. They don't have the expansive fan base outside of Batman. Like, of course you have your Superman fans. It's those two. And then it drops down a lot when you go down to like Flash, Cyborg,
because everyone knows who the fuck Batman is.
But when
I think Wonder Woman's going to catch an audience that Marvel hasn't caught yet, which is a more female-centric audience.
Right.
Which I think is smart. I mean, she's the most iconic female superhero, not just DC, but of all.
Right.
So it makes logical sense that she's one of the first films.
She was also the shining light in Batman vs. Superman because she was epic and she was a badass. Yes. And her and Doomsday, Batman was hiding in the corner like a...
Yeah. Reloading his gun.
And
she just
he just kept reloading it. He just kept reloading it over and over.
He kept playing cat and mouse with Doomsday.
He
kept running away.
But at least it makes sense because he cannot stand up against that.
Right.
Batman knows his limits.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't, because Alfred says, "Know your limits, Master Wayne."
Well, then the argument would be with all the Batman hardcore fans like myself. Well, it doesn't matter. Batman still evaded Doomsday, so he's better. I'm like, I hear you, but he should have wore that armor that he fought Superman with, and had it like with kryptonite in it, so he could have at least attempted to fight Doomsday.
Well, he didn't know Doomsday was going to happen.
Exactly, but he should have had kryptonite to fight Superman.
But he didn't have that much, right?
Still won that fight. Though.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't even think about it. That rock that he stole, that kryptonite rock, was humongous, and all he got out of it was like 3 smoke bombs. Like you stole this thing, and all you got was 3 smoke bombs.
I don't remember how big the actual thing was.
The thing was,
I need to fucking watch the.
He's got more hidden in the Batcave because that's always been Batman's, secrecy. It's encased in a wall of lead, so Superman can't see it. He's always got it there, just in case Superman goes bad. I have kryptonite to take him out.
Right.
You know what's funny is the fact that Superman can't see it. You would almost know that that's where he is. Like, I can see everything. Oh, there's a big square in the ground that I can't see there. Anyways.
nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about.
Nothing over here.
Luckily, he's dead, so.
Until Justice League when they bring him back somehow.
Thank God he's passed.
I hope not. I do love Henry Cavill. Is that his name?
Yes, Henry Cavill.
Yeah, I thought he was fantastic. Yeah,
Henry McLovin.
I don't hate the performance of it. It's still the character. Like, the performance was great. Yeah. I still like him in Batman vs Superman and even Man of Steel most of the time. It's just the movie itself and like the character.
Batman vs Superman also humanizes Superman, which is a crazy thing to say because he's obviously not a human.
Right.
But it almost finally brings Superman down to everyone else's level, which is what I wanted. What we wanted.
Right.
Because you walk into battle, you get shot 1,000 times, I'm Superman, that doesn't matter.
You see through everybody's bras and shit, and then you fucking punch things.
Right. And his lasers, like, you could just, you're dead.
Right.
Next. What?
Jacob Weiss says there was the kryptonite spear as well as the bullets.
Oh,
yes.
The spear.
And the fight would have changed drastically if he did lace his suit with kryptonite and the 3 grenades he had were all used on Doomsday instead of just the 1.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny is me interrupting you. Go ahead.
It's not funny. Continue.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, I think that would be a way better thing for Batman to actually be more involved in the fight because he only had the 1 kryptonite grenade, so he really couldn't do anything because it's like, oh, okay, well, I thought everything was going to be okay, and now everything's gone to shit because Doomsday is now he landed back on Earth. Now we're getting fucked. So now I got to go back to find the spear, which Lois thinks, I got to go get the spear. They don't explain that. Why does Lois go for the spear? Why does he think, oh, something bad's going on, let me grab that spear? Why?
Right, she doesn't know.
She's a reporter.
Yeah, but she doesn't know that.
She interviewed the spear.
Her instincts kicked in. Oh, I gotta get that spear.
Yeah, I gotta ask her some fucking questions.
So let me ask you this, because I just triggered myself by rational thought.
Get triggered.
Yeah. So Batman makes 3 gas grenades, or whatever you want to call them, and then a fucking spear. Why wouldn't you shoot a gas grenade and then have a kryptonite bullet and a fucking handgun, and as soon as he goes down, blah! All right.
Because you wanted American Gladiators with him.
Batman doesn't use guns, even though he has guns on his Batmobile, but he doesn't manually hold a gun and fire a bullet from it.
I feel like that whole philosophy of his doesn't work anymore because he has guns on the Batmobile and he killed people and he had a smoke gun and
this incarnation is just like fuck it, but I think he's going to change now because he's going to honor Superman's legacy, which fine, that's what you want to do, but there's a really cool story under the Red Hood where he has to make a decision and he's throwing a gun and he catches it.
Yeah,
he has to shoot the Joker or shoot me, and he drops the gun. He doesn't use it. So that's always like, I'm not going to use a gun. But I guess the whole thing is, okay, well, they're going to fight Parademons in Justice League. He's put even more guns on his Batmobile. There's photos being released of it. So I guess it's okay if they're aliens. If they're aliens, okay, I'll use my guns.
Yeah.
They're bad guys. Fuck it, I'm quitting anyways.
Right.
I think he was going to retire. That's why he was just killing guys in BVS.
Well,
I think he was just going to quit.
It's a cool way to do it, though, where they start with him old and pissed and killing people, and now because of what happened, he goes back to his old ways. Because we always so uncivilized.
No.
What?
Dakota just said doesn't use guns. Stabs guy in the heart.
He does. Yes, he does. But that fight was awesome as shit.
Yeah, it was. Yes. But it's interesting to see him off the rails, and then based on what happens, he kind of goes back a little more reserved.
Yeah.
Just
because we've never seen Batman this old before on film.
Yeah. I don't know what to think, man.
We'll just have to see what the next movie brings. When's the next one? Is Wonder Woman, right?
Wonder Woman
in July.
Ooh, that's coming up. I'm so excited.
We got Guardians Volume 2 first, though.
In May.
Yeah.
And Power Rangers.
And May the 4th.
Now let me tell you this.
Tell me about it. Power Rangers looks so fucking bad. I'll be there on opening night.
They actually had a Power Rangers trailer in Logan.
Yes.
And all I'm gonna say is Goldar.
Good or bad?
He's huge. He is huge.
He's fucking huge. I saw it and I didn't even know it was Goldar, and it was kind of dumb. But after I thought about it, I'm like, that was fucking Goldar. I didn't even think about it. I think about it, and then what it's like I said.
But was he like massive?
Yeah,
like, style?
He was.
Yeah, and then
he does that in the show though.
They all do.
She fucking
That's every single show. Let's make a regular sized guy, and then we'll get mad.
Yeah,
he loses. We'll make him big.
They like fist fight, and then they put their suits on, and then they get in the Zords, and then the Zords combine. There's like four tiers to the Power Rangers battle.
They show them morphing up, and then you see them in the Zords, and then you see them combining them. Like they're just showing you the level system, how they're evolving.
Yeah.
The only thing they did for Goldar was they showed Goldar, and you see a brief shot of him. And I think it's the Black Ranger. He says, "That's a lot of gold." Really? Yeah. No shit, Sherlock. Jesus, thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, it looks really bad.
I have to give it.
I'll see it. I'm gonna see it. I'll be there on Friday.
They also show Alpha 5. They show Alpha. Why is his name Alpha 5?
Yeah,
it's Alpha.
Alpha 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so old. I don't remember anything anymore.
There's so many TV series of the damn show. It's so hard to keep up.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't realize because my brother's 13 years younger than me, and for a while I didn't realize that they kept going. After I grew out of it, and I came back. He's like, yeah, this is Power Rangers Dino Force. This is Power Rangers like fucking Ninja Force.
This is Power Rangers Jurassic Park.
And then there was like a season where they were like police officers.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, SCPD or something.
Space Police.
There was one, like, they all have like their colors. There was one, my friend was looking this up one night because he was bored. He's like, look, they're all the different Rangers, and he came across ones where it's like the Rhino Ranger, Lion Ranger. It's really stupid.
Yeah. So we'll see though. First, I got to see Logan.
Yes, you do.
But we can talk more detail. Episode 101. We can do a Logan squad pod.
Rogan.
Joe Logan
squad pod.
Just bring tissues with you. That's all I'm saying.
And beer.
It's. I'm not lying. It's the most brutal movie I've seen.
It's good.
It's not gory. It's brutal. Like it actually does walk that line pretty well. It's brutal, but it's not like blood and guts flying everywhere.
Right.
But there is blood and guts.
flying everywhere.
But it's not overdone. I think they balance it real well. Like Chainsaw was talking about, it's kind of a simpler movie. It's not a whole end of the world. It's Logan and his fucking struggles, and they throw a little bit Xavier in there, and it pulls at your heartstrings. You know what the
And
fuck's
a
going
little
on.
bit of aura.
That's so perfect though for who Wolverine is though. You know what I mean?
I mean, fuck. That's the word of the movie. Fuck.
Fuck.
There's some crazy shit that happens, and I don't want to give anything away. It's hard to talk about that. It's good. Go see it.
Yeah, we'll do a full review and everything. Next episode?
What would you rate it? That's not a number.
I'm trying to think. Well, I
don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it?
I don't want to hear what your rating is.
I might say 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
You said 1 out of 10, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. 0 out of
10. You said don't go see it.
Exactly what I said.
You said only ever see it in 3D.
Piss Squad Pod. No, I knew it was going to be good. So with that expectation walking into it, for it to actually be that good, yeah, I don't know what else I would give it.
Yeah.
It answered everything. It was everything.
It was
the only thing that I thought when I was sitting there, it was a tad long. It was definitely a tad long in my eyes.
It didn't matter to me. I wanted more. I wanted an extended cut, but the director said no. I'm like, fuck.
I always want longer movies.
Maybe it's just the setting, because I would probably be completely fine with it if I was at home chilling and watching a movie.
Right.
But it just in a leather seat. It was a leather recliner at Easton.
Really comfortable seat.
And it just sucks. You're sitting in there.
It sucks being comfortable.
I just love the fact that Dakota Jones's message, send nudes, was retracted.
Send nudes. It was retracted? I still see that shit.
It says on my thing, message retracted.
Well, you got your shit censored over here.
Fucking funny.
I'm doing it.
Fucking funny. Discrotum. All right.
I was going to say something. Hang on a second.
Another pun?
No, I'm not the pun master. I'm the gatekeeper.
No, I am the master.
Now he is the master. Shit, I had something to say about it, but...
Logan is definitely... go see now, right now.
Oh, I remember. This is one of the. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Well, they probably have some showings at like 10:30. This is one of the few movies where every single feedback and reaction is like, dude, it's like 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the Rogue One, like Star Wars fans are brutal. So like even Rogue One was like, oh my god, it's amazing. Well, there's no characters, so fuck this. Logan, I've heard nothing negative at all.
There's some people online that are being negative about it, saying, yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but it just didn't work for me. Well, then I don't think you really understood the film then if you don't. I don't know, but then everyone's film subjective. I get it.
Yeah.
It's good. Go see it right now.
I'm excited.
There's a lot of sand and there's a lot of fuck.
So we already know, for those of you listening, if you're going to tune in next week, the two big topics, we need to fucking catch up on Rebels.
Shit.
Yeah.
And I'm going to watch Logan so we can do a full review and spoiler-free or spoiler-full.
I'll make sure to come watch and dislike and say, fuck you guys. I don't like you guys.
Do it. But it'll be messed up, though, because Rebels is a good show. Unlike, yeah. So.
You guys are going to fist fight out front here.
Well,
no, I have
I might not come back because I'm tired of getting berated on this podcast. Getting attacked.
Attacked. Gotta be nice.
I might have to make a video about this. Say, guys, I'm getting bullied online.
Yeah,
you should make
a
whole video of boycott Rogue Squad Pod. Don't ever watch it.
Make a whole Twitter username about just boycott.
90% of the comments in the video will be like, "Who the fuck cares? Just who cares about your shit? Just put up your reaction to this." Like, okay, fine, whatever.
So let's talk about good comic stuff for a second. Is the Iron Fist out on Netflix already?
No, but oh my god, that is causing so much controversy the past couple of days. Oh, yes. Okay.
Loris Terrell as Iron Fist. Everyone's pissed about it.
They're pissed because I don't know where this came from.
Tell me.
But it started 2 days ago when Finn Jones, the actor who's playing Iron Fist, tweeted something, and then he was getting berated on Twitter. He quit Twitter, and then the first 6 episodes were sent to critics to review, and their reviews came out today.
I did see a review. That's why I thought it was out already.
It's getting bashed heavily, but there are some critics that I immediately discredit because they're going off saying they're just whitewashing the character. Iron Fist should be Asian because of his backstory. If you look in the comics, look anywhere, Danny Rand, who is Iron Fist on the show, is Caucasian. He's always been white. So, and people are attacking Finn Jones. Critics are just completely saying the show is the first big Marvel Netflix failure because they didn't cast an Asian actor, even though there's a major Asian character on the show. Oh. It literally it gets really bad. Like, there's people like, I'm so glad it's failing because they whitewashed a character that's always been white. What? It's pointless.
Well, it's like people's brains are fucked.
It's like people shitting on Batman vs Superman because Wonder Woman isn't a large-breasted woman. It's like, yes, dude, you're a douchebag. Just shut up. You didn't say anything about the movie. There were people complaining
that her outfit was too revealing. There's outfits she wears in the comics that is way more revealing than that outfit.
Right.
Yeah.
Come on,
it's not like it's new.
Yes.
Nude.
Nude. I said it wrong. Sorry. It's not like it's really nude.
I tweeted something. I was expecting like responses back, people attacking me because I was actually defending it, saying to all the critics that were attacking this show, pick up a fucking comic book.
Right.
He's white. Now there's other versions of Iron Fist where he's a female, or it's a female version of Iron Fist or something else. But Danny Rand is always white.
Yeah, I guess maybe they just assume Iron Fist. He's trained in martial arts. Obviously, he should be Asian.
Yeah. They're saying that he's...
In that case, they're the fucking racists.
Right.
They're saying that, it's like, oh, he's the white savior.
Anakin's the white savior, everyone.
Larry Bird is the white savior.
Well, that's what they're saying. They're saying, like, well, where Danny Rand was trained, that he's the savior of the style of kung fu that he was trained in. No, they saved him. He didn't save them. They saved him from dying, and they trained him in their style of kung fu and their fighting technique, and then he was sent back. So I don't know where this is coming. I don't know. But then again,
everyone's pissed about everything.
Yeah, but then again, there's people that say that the show just sucks in general, and that it's just the first 6 episodes are not good. I don't know.
Well, we'll find out.
All I want to know is Iron Fist Snoke?
Yes.
It's guaranteed. Perfect.
Can everybody be Snoke?
May as well be.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Cersei's. No.
Cersei.
Wonder Woman loses all of her hair and she gets a deep voice. Fucking Batman betrayed me. Oh, fuck, I'm going to just do the Star Wars bullshit.
Now, like we do every episode with every guest, and I'm sure we did it before, but now we get to add Rogue One.
Oh, what? Shit.
And Mopar's been a little salty about episode 3, so I'm excited to hear this.
So
last time he was salty about the Star Killer and that whole shit.
Oh God, he's still triggered about.
Oh,
you went on a rant about like Batman, and then Mopar was like, "I just remembered something about Force Unleashed. I'm pissed."
Yeah, I was, and then he completely changed something. You know what else that fucking pissed me about that book?
Oh God, I was cracking up.
He defeated Sidious and Vader.
Are you kidding me? How does a nobody defeat Sidious and Vader?
I shouldn't have brought this up.
Yeah. Anyone that doesn't know what's about to happen is we're gonna rank our Star Wars movies from favorite to least favorite, which we do every once in a while
with every guest.
Yeah.
Before we actually get into the numbers and the lists, I rewatched again for the 900th time episode 3. Episode 3, which is very high on my list regardless. It always has been. I like that's the culmination to me. That's the climax. That's when Vader becomes Vader. The rebellion starts. You know, the little boy Anakin. It's his demise. Obi-Wan. Whatever. It's awesome. I watched it the other day, and there's a lot of things in that movie that are obviously bad. There's like lines and some of the acting, blah, blah, blah. But I always praise, the story, the plot, what actually happens, the contents of it.
Yeah.
There's some parts in that movie that, like when Anakin and Obi-Wan are going into battle, it's almost like fun and witty, and it's a fucking war.
Right.
Like when they're another happy landing. Like, a million people died above Coruscant.
You took out a fucking landing tower where like 30 innocent people were just trying to do their job.
Yes.
On Coruscant.
But like, even when they got the first scene when they get captured by Grievous, you know, you're a lot younger than, oh yeah, you're a lot shorter, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, you're talking shit. You're captured. You could die in 30 seconds. But it's so like, Jedis are gods and they don't have to worry about anything except for Count Dooku, and we're trying to find Sidious.
Right.
Outside of that, we're just gonna walk in and happy dance through a
Try
fucking
not
war.
to upset him.
They are. They're just happy. They're happy dancing.
I want them to happy dance now. Recut the movie. They're happy dancing walking in.
They
Yeah,
literally
previous.
they happy dance, and then there's just ray shields, and then they get captured, and then they happy dance through that shit, and just like
Ray Shields is bad. Ray Shields is really bad.
and that's what Rogue One maybe spoiled us, because you actually see the nitty gritty. People are dying, but then when you see we watch that, and I go back and watch 3, and they're happy dancing through shit. It's like everyone wants to end this war, but it looks like so much fun. And you're having a fucking blast.
What are the Jedi going to do if they're not killing people?
Did you notice the shield just threw up? Sorry, man. I'm good at everything. It's like, okay.
It's true.
Maybe it's just a lack of depth in the characters, because you don't see them struggle until he falls to the dark side. You see a little bit of it with like him and Padme. They're not 1,000% happy.
But in terms of action, Anakin always wins. Yeah. I think a lot of it is just timing and what you've been watching and what kind of mood you're in, because you've watched 3 so many times, and now that 7 and Rogue One are on the top of our list, you go back and watch it yet again, and you're like, wait a second, really?
It's my
Your New Empire?
It's my most watched episode, and maybe it just you get to the point where it's overwatched.
Yeah.
It's like listening to an awesome album, but you listen to it for like 5 years, and then you're just like, yeah, I know it's good.
Because if you don't watch episode 3 again for a year and then go back, you'll be like, okay.
I haven't watched it for probably a year.
Really?
Yeah, and when I sat there and like I said, it
happens.
I struggled through it, guys.
So all
the struggle is real.
Struggle is.
It's yeah.
So all this said to move into your new and revised and reformed.
Your new list.
Your new ranking.
I really had to think about it, because I think after watching 4, I was pleasantly surprised at rewatching 4. So 4 maybe moved up.
Mood and timing makes a lot, though.
True.
Because we talked shit about 4, and we saw Rogue One, and like, wait a second, 4's fucking sweet.
Right. Well, it's like Rogue One made 4 better and 3 worse.
Maybe.
Happy dance.
All right.
You want to start with the rank, or do you want me to start?
I can start with the rankings.
All right, do it.
All right, I'm gonna go 7, 5, Rogue One, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2.
Wow, 6 is that low.
Well, I mean 6 and 4, right? They're pretty much even.
Wow. Okay. I will sit there and say 7.
Maybe I should wait. Did I say 4, 6?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'll say 7. Oh. I'm saying 7. That's all I'm saying.
7, definitely. 7's on top. 7's on top for sure.
I'm gonna say 7, 5, Rogue, 3.
Same list. Plagiarizer.
Yeah, I think it is the exact same list. I think you had 3 higher than Rogue.
No.
No?
7, 5, Rogue, 3.
7, 5, Rogue, 3, 6, 4, 1, 2.
So we just switched 4 and 6.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
we've been recording together too long.
You're up to bat.
It's nice to know that my list is completely different than you guys.
Okay.
So today I have to go with 5.
Wrong.
4.
No.
Right. 5, 4.
Rogue.
Whoa.
6. Let's see.
You forgot
7.
Ooh.
And then we have the prequels now, so I have to go with 3, 1, 2.
Thank you for agreeing, at least the bare minimum, that 2 is the worst.
2 is the worst. To me, I enjoyed Rogue One more than 7. But it's hard to compare those films, but I would say Rogue's better.
Because
it makes the original trilogy better.
I enjoyed the end of Rogue One a lot, and I've said I think the end of the movie tricks you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the excitement and the amazingness of the battle and Vader at the end of Rogue One, you literally the end, you walk out like, dude, that was fucking amazing. Wait a second, I forgot about all the characters I didn't really care about for the first 2/3 of it. But
I cared about the characters, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, after we see 8, it's going to bring 7 up, I believe, and that's my
I'm
honest
probably going
opinion.
to say 8-7.
Yeah, so that's the first time that's ever happened.
Do we have agreed on something?
On episode 100.
100
Finally,
fucking episodes later.
Finally, our list has culminated to a perfect, the perfect list, and then you have Chainsaw's list.
Which is terrible, apparently.
Wait, what'd you have first? 5?
Yes.
I'm not going to talk shit about that.
That's hard. I mean, yeah, it's difficult. I'll have to watch 5 tonight, maybe. Because 4 was so good after seeing Rogue One. I don't know. All right, guys. Episode 100. What else the fuck happened?
That's it. I went to the Game of Thrones concert. It was fucking sweet. I'm in a big, giant Game of Thrones fucking mood right now.
Talk about that. Tell Chainsaw.
They released a poster today. Yeah, literally 30 minutes before you guys went live. They released a poster.
7, yeah.
Yeah, and the fire and ice. I'm like, ooh, we already know what that is. It's Targaryen, and
we know what's gonna happen.
Spoiler.
So are you guys' thoughts that like the Targaryens and like the Iron Throne and everybody are gonna have to team up against the White Walkers? Like they're all fighting each other, and as soon as they come together, they're gonna. Yeah, you think that's gonna happen?
That's in game. I think they're first gonna fight each other, like the Starks and Targaryen are gonna team up. So Jon Snow and Daenerys are gonna team up against the Iron Throne.
Ooh.
But then the end of season 7 into the whole entire season 8 is in game. Everyone against White Walkers.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
Yeah, I think a really big thing about it is that Jon Snow doesn't know who he is yet. The only person that knows is Bran.
And he's going to tell him, and then
so now
now
that they've left and held the door, like they need to come back down south.
Hold the door.
He needs to fill Jon in about all that shit.
Yeah, it's. You know what's funny is. I'm going on a rant already. You know what's funny is my parents never watched anything new. Everything new sucks. Blah blah blah. They're the standard old people. They watched Breaking Bad and just fucking went crazy with new stuff, and they are balls deep into. I go home and have the deepest conversations about Game of Thrones with my mom.
That's awesome.
And she's just like, "Wait, Daenerys did this, and then how does that affect these people?" I'm like, "Mom, you're the biggest nerd I've ever heard, and it's awesome."
You should get her on the podcast. Jesus.
Oh, Mama, no. We should get Mama Jones on the podcast.
That would be fun. My dad was into Sons of Anarchy. That was like the main one that he went all in on.
That's a good show.
I fell off
because he's a biker.
Sons of Anarchy as soon as Tara died.
Well, there's only one season after that, so yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as that happened, I was just like,
I enjoyed the last season, but you could tell there's a big part of it missing, which is her.
I didn't think they needed the last season at all. I think after that episode where she died, they needed like 2 more episodes to resolve things, and then that could have been it.
It almost could have ended with her dying. He's doing everything he can to like be the family guy. She dies in the wake of all the shit, and he kind of just says, fuck it, takes his kids and just kind of leaves.
Yeah.
I thought.
So you're saying like instead of the final episode of season 6, she dies 2 episodes before that, and then they resolve everything in 2 more episodes.
Yeah.
Well, they just added like one extra like hour and a half episode or something.
Like he just unsubscribes from the club and just like I've had enough of that.
Channel unsubscribe.
I've had enough. So but it kind of is what should have happened. He finally. It would have been cool to see him finally, and maybe it did happen.
Yeah.
But.
He's confused because we said Mama Jones. And his last name is Jones.
That's Commander's mom's nickname.
That's just the nickname my brother gave her when he was like 4.
Sorry for
confusions. Back to Game of Thrones though.
Game of Thrones.
You were about to go on a rant and then you forgot.
So I wanted to relate it to something, but I can't because there's going to be spoilers. So
okay.
That's why I'm just taking it back. Game of Thrones. I'm super excited about. There was a fan made trailer for
Yeah.
the 7th season.
Yep.
I thought it was legit.
I did too. There looked like some footage in there that I hadn't seen before.
Yeah, I agree. And there's so much footage that
Yeah.
it's hard to say. You know, I was watching back. I went all the way back and started all over again, and you did too. I only got to like season 3, and it was like entire episodes. I was like, I have no clue what I'm watching right now.
I went back after the concert and started at season 3 because
Okay.
I've seen 1 and 2 so many times. So I just started at 3 and I'm going forward.
So Chainsaw, react to what? Who is your favorite character in Game of Thrones?
That's
Jon
so
Snow.
hard to fucking pick.
What'd you say?
Jon Snow. Jon Snow.
That's so hard to pick at the same time. Jon Snow done.
Jon Snow. Yeah, Daenerys is close second, but that's easy to say. Oh, Jon Snow's the best.
I like Tyrion.
I have a few. It's hard to pick one. Well,
You know what's bad?
it is hard for me to pick one.
It is hard, and it's almost like I like
I texted Tommy Boy about this earlier.
Cersei too. Even though she pisses me off the most,
Right.
she's an awesome character.
Right. Yeah.
And the fact that all of her kids are gone, I am terrified for the future of Cersei.
She's going to be just killing people left and right in season 7, I think.
Right, she was already brutal, but she clung to a reasonable life because she loved her children.
Right.
Now they're all gone. Now she's just going to be
Yeah. She doesn't give a fuck anymore.
Oh, I can't. I'm so excited for that. Obviously, Jon Snow, because he's kind of the underground. He's the bastard, and he's almost the Game of Thrones chosen one with being
Right.
both bloods. And
Right. It's hard to not pick Jon Snow or Daenerys, you know?
you're always rooting for Jon Snow.
Right. I reeled off a few when I was chatting with Tommy Boy earlier. I named Tyrion, the Hound, Arya, and Jorah Mormont are some of my favorite characters.
You know who I don't like is Bran, and I think he's going to play an important role. But it's like every episode that I have with Bran.
Click the close thing.
Fine, I'll do everything. Technician squad.
You've done nothing except drink.
All right. Yeah. So what are you most excited about for
Talk.
season 7? All right.
Me, talk. I'm most excited for Jon Snow and Daenerys meeting.
That's
'Cause
good.
I think it's going to happen in season 7. There's all these theories that there's going to be an ice dragon with
An
the
ice
White
dragon.
Walkers. Yes. There's a like all the fan art and all that stuff. Like they're saying because there's a book that was written by the same author, George R. Martin, who did Game of Thrones. Obviously, there's a book that he wrote that he says isn't in the canon of Game of Thrones about an ice dragon, and supposedly ice dragons are like way bigger than regular dragons at their full size. And there's been rumors and theories that there's been ice dragons seen, like, because you see the map of the entire world of Game of Thrones, and then there's like where it cuts off. Apparently, there's supposedly ice dragons off the map that we don't know yet.
Sure.
And so my theory is at the end of season 7, how they're all just going to have to come together to fight the White Walkers in game is an ice dragon is going to pop up, and it's going to show itself and reveal itself. And then that's how they're going to end season 7, because it's setting up for the battle of the entire show. Like it's going to be an entire war, I think, for season 8.
Ice dragon. Honestly, that's
I thought they
something
were-
that's something that I hadn't even considered. So I'm trying to wrap my head around it right now.
I've heard the name of that book. I just didn't know anything about it.
It's not canon, he says, but I mean,
Right.
at the end of the book, the ice dragon melts into a river that's always cold, and then there's this reference to the river in season 1, or that little lake, the pond in season 1, that's shown with I'm trying to remember the characters who were there, but it's a pond that's always cold near the Starks, and they've been there a couple.
By one of the Godswood.
Yes, and
Yeah.
they're saying that could be the dragon from the book, but I don't know.
Whatever.
Ice dragons suck in Skyrim too.
I thought they were hard cutting it and ending at the end of season 7.
Season 8, they're going to do a season 8.
Really?
They haven't been confirmed, but they're saying they're going to do another one after season 7.
It would make sense. I mean, the amount of ridiculousness that went into just that Battle of the Bastards episode, and that was a really, really small skirmish comparatively to the whole world. I mean, to do a full-scale war, I mean, that would take a full season in and of itself. It's
Well, with
fucking
all
awesome.
with all this talk about like the DC universe and the culmination of every movie has to the planet's gonna blow up, Earth is gonna die. It's the fight for the planet. But then you look at Game of Thrones, and it's literally just small battles here and there. But over 7 seasons, it's just kind of built up to. Now it's gonna be fire and ice. It's gonna be the fight for the entire continent almost.
That's the name of the series.
And everyone dies.
That's why it's awesome, man. It's so well written.
I think that's the direction they're going.
Yeah.
Is season 7 they're fighting each other, and then they have to team up for season 8 to fight the White Walkers. Because if they don't, they're all going to die. It doesn't matter who gets the throne because they're not going to get it.
Right.
Well, it's like they've already set it up from the first episode. Winter's coming. It's like, all right.
Well, the first thing that you see is Rangers going out, don't know what the fuck's going on, and there's White Walkers, and everyone's dead. The very first thing that you see. Yeah. It sets everything up that way. Yeah, and I hope, even after season 8, I hope that they keep the universe going. Like, I know me and Butterclone have talked about a series about Robert's Rebellion. Like, all the stuff they reference back to when Robert and Ned rode off to fuck up Balon Greyjoy and, like, just take over everything. And
so
all that like prequel stuff would be sweet.
Discrota has a fucking perfect question. What is your favorite kill and or death in Game of Thrones?
It's my favorite and my most frustrating is Oberyn in the mountain in the trial by combat. It was the one moment, like, so everybody knows, you know, Game of Thrones by the end of season 1 when Ned Stark dies. It's such a crazy moment because it's sad, but it also like lets you know that Game of Thrones isn't fucking around. But for me, watching the Mountain and the Red Viper fight was more ridiculous because he had won. Like, he won. The Mountain was about to die. Tyrion was about to be set free. And then because he was so obsessed with avenging his niece and nephew, like, oh my God, it was fucking... I just watched it again like a few days ago. Like, it's so ridiculous how little fucks George R.R. Martin gives.
Yeah. It's true.
It was brutal, and that's the one scene out of the entire show that I will never watch that scene ever again.
Really?
Like, I'll watch the fight up to that. No, I can't stand eye stuff, the gouging, and
it was bad. Yeah.
No, I can never watch that again. Like, I know once the show's over, I'm going to rewatch it in its entirety and just go through it. I'm going to get to that fight, and right as he's standing over him before he gets kicked over, I'm going to just completely, because the episode ends, I'm just going to stop the episode and continue on. I don't want to see that ever again.
Yeah.
I got sick to my stomach for 30 minutes after watching it.
It's brutal.
I mean, there's obvious ones like Ned Stark that was the setup for the entire series. Like, the first season, you're like, oh, look, the good guys, Starks, chop, and you're like, what? I didn't know they could do that. They could do that?
Yeah.
So I think that's an obvious one, but outside of that, there's 2 others that I think of. And I did mull over the Tywin and Tyrion.
Yeah.
When Tyrion kills Tywin. It is epic, but I don't think that's way up there. The Red Wedding.
Yeah. It's hard to say. Yeah, it's hard to not put that in there.
Is epic. And then I forgot the other one.
You made a list and you forgot it.
I forgot the other one. Yeah, but the Red Wedding, I did not see that coming.
Yeah. First time I watched it, nope, not at all.
And it almost shows like we have main characters and these side characters are killing them.
Right.
It's just like, Martin, God damn you.
I know, it's crazy.
Here's the beauty of the show. I knew a lot that was going to happen on the show because I heard from so many people talking about it, just spoiling away. The beauty of it is there was stuff that I didn't know, and then all the stuff that I've been hearing about, I didn't know when it was going to happen. I had no idea.
Right.
So when the doors were shutting and then the music changed, I'm like, this must be the Red Wedding. This has to be it. But I didn't know who was going to die. I didn't know. I just knew about certain things. I just didn't know what was happening, like who was dying. But my most brutal death, and I guess it's kind of a cop-out, is Hodor. That was brutal to watch.
Oh, that was brutal.
It was hard. I'm like, are you kidding me? The most optimistic guy, you finally learn the reason why he keeps saying Hodor. It's like magic. I'm like, holy crap. And then but he keeps holding onto that door.
Yeah.
He does his mission.
That was one of the few things where the directors of the show were ahead of timeline as to where George is in the books, but they actually got his account of what is going to happen to Hodor.
You know what's crazy is when you think about the amount of death that happens on screen, and the epic ones, like both Baratheons, is crazy. Tywin is humongous. Robb Stark is fucking humongous. Khaleesi's brother was humongous. Like
that was a badass death as well.
Both kings, both child kings.
Yeah.
What's his face gets poisoned, and the other one jumps out the window. Like everyone's fighting for this position of power, which everyone kills themselves or they die.
Dude, that's why that card game is so legit. It's so fucking legit. You make a plan, you think you have something ready to go, and all of a sudden it's like, nope, I just put this card on you, and he loses all his abilities, and then he dies as well. And like, it's ridiculous, man. It's so true to the story. After you brought up the Lannister kids, I remembered Myrcella's death as well.
Who?
Cersei's third child, the girl that was in Dorne.
Oh, yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Well, and you can't forget about Cersei murdering all the fucking Tyrells. Or whatever. The entire family.
Every death is my favorite death. Ridiculous,
oh my God. I did not. Out of all of them, I think the Red Wedding is the most surprising to me. God, I can't even say anything else close to it. But the Red Wedding is obviously number one, and then that Cersei murderous. I knew she was brutal, but she still had like a heart.
Yeah.
And all at the same time, her kid kills himself, and then she blows up the rest of the city, and you're just like, what is happening?
It's ridiculous.
I think that move that she did makes her the most badass villain on TV. Like that was like what? Like you see like the music's playing, and then it's like then they start figuring out, well, Cersei's not here. There's a reason why she's not here. And no one's like, whatever, she'll beat. No. Something's going on. Why is that kid going down there under it? Why? What?
It was beautiful, man. It's such a good scene, too.
And they were slowly setting it up. Every time Bran had a vision, they kept showing random shots of stuff. They showed shots of under that building of all the barrels. They were teasing it.
See, I didn't know if it was reference to that scene, though, because I know they were showing stuff about the Mad King. And his whole thing was like setting people on fire with wildfire. But they do, I mean, they go hand in hand.
The other big one was Ygritte's death. When she died, I was like, God damn it. Jon Snow was almost happy. Damn it.
Watching Mance get burned alive for a few minutes was rough, too.
So the daughter? No, you're not Mance, okay.
Mance Raider.
But the daughter of that one guy in season 5.
Stannis' daughter, they burn her alive.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm about to get there in season 5.
And he made his army watch this happen. And they just stood back. I was like, I was in shock because I didn't hear anything about this. I'm like, really? You're going to burn a child? They're not showing it, but they're implying that it's happening. Really?
Yeah. That's where he lost it.
I don't know what to think about the red woman, the red lady, whatever you want to call her. Like she plays Stannis's, like you can kind of see her playing him, but then all of a sudden she kind of believes it, and then she murders his child, and then she saves Rob or
John.
John.
I don't think
and
she's
it's like
playing Stannis.
I thought she was. I think she's a little loony.
I just think when she's that
dedicated,
she's that dedicated and devoted, but also her visions and stuff aren't 100% clear. So I just think that she's kind of misinterpreting things.
So is it Palpatine that's clouding her judgment?
Little. Yeah.
Always
her ability to use the Force has diminished.
That is the other one out of episode 3. I sense a plot to destroy the Jedi. Well, we should probably do something about that.
Nope.
No, Cloud's judgment. Cloud, Smoky, Cloud, Barbecue, Cloud.
Yet somehow Yoda knows the Darth person's name. Whatever.
Yeah. How does he know that?
I feel like I heard it somewhere, but I don't remember.
Darth Sidious.
I think the red lady was because we were on that topic.
No, I know.
You're good.
The red lady, I think she was playing Stannis, but I think she's just ultimately she's kind of like she's trying to like I guess get power for herself, but she just can't take over. Because if she just kills Stannis, then the army's just going to disband. They're not going to follow her. They don't know anything about her. So what you saw, she went from Stannis and immediately went to Jon Snow once he came back. she immediately started following Jon Snow. I'm like, that's all she's just following the most powerful person that will let her in. That's all she cares about.
Yeah.
And so and I'm glad that Jon Snow sent her away. And I think people are saying that that she's going to run into, I forget his name. The guy who has the stone disease, and he's having to do a search. They're saying that they're probably going to find each other, and she's going to cure him.
Ooh.
Or something.
You know, the other person that pisses me off and is one of my favorites all at the same time is Littlefinger.
Yeah, he's a really, really good character.
He's a sick bastard.
He's a slimy fuck.
He pisses me off, and you can tell.
And he's creepy, man.
With him and Varys, they always have those conversations when they were both in King's Landing.
Varys
just like
is one of my favorites too.
Littlefinger was just like, I want that throne. That's my throne. And then slowly throughout the rest of it, you just see him like doing stuff for him to. I love it.
Everything's good.
Who do you want to kill? Who do you want to kill Littlefinger? If you had to choose a character that could just kill him, who would you pick?
Sansa.
Varys.
Yeah, Sansa. Yeah, Sansa.
I think Sansa needs to kill Littlefinger. I think Jaime needs to kill Cersei.
Yes, the Queen Slayer.
Yeah.
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 Well, I mean, because he's already the Kingslayer.
Or Brienne kills Littlefinger on behalf of Sansa.
Nah, I want Sansa to do it.
Arya kills her.
Dude, I can't wait for fucking Arya, a.k.a. Batman, to be back in the picture in Season 7. She's going to be fucking stealth murdering everyone. That was you that said that the first time. She is Batman, Bruce Wayne. She leaves undisciplined, studies with fucking trained assassins, kills them all, and comes back. She's ready. Ooh. She's not fucking around. And she followed the Hound around for a while.
So excited.
Excited. All right. Well, shit, man. That was a lot.
That was a lot. From Metallica. Let me do my best Metallica impression.
Those are powerful, 2 hours, man. Episode 100.
Limited.
This is our longest episode in quite a while.
Good.
Oh my God, you do a good one.
That was a good one.
Good. Yeah.
We do want to thank Chainsaw for joining us once again. You guys can go over to YouTube, Chainsaw Reacts. Look him up. If you are a DC fan, follow him. If you hate DC, don't follow him.
Because he'll be triggered.
You won't see me on this platform anymore.
What else? And you're on Twitter, of course. What's the...
Twitter is Chainsaw Reacts. Facebook, Chainsaw Reacts.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff.
Any videos that you're going to be putting out here within the next couple weeks? Big ones?
Obviously reacting to DC. Well, apparently we're getting Wonder Woman footage on Saturday.
Nice.
So
ooh, interesting.
Check that out.
Okay.
And supposedly might be getting a Justice League trailer soon. Zack Snyder keeps posting shit. I'm like, okay, well, why is he doing this?
Sure.
Just whenever a big trailer drops for a film, more likely, I'll check it out.
Now, do you do... And even though I follow you, I can't watch everything, man. Do you do full movie reviews at all?
Not all the time. No,
not like
rare.
Logan.
I did a spoiler discussion. I didn't really review it. I kind of just let all my sadness out and talk spoilers. The last movie I reviewed officially was Rogue One.
Okay.
And so it's rare, but yeah. And I'll tweet sometimes and post on Facebook whenever I watch films, what I think or whatever.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks to everybody that was live with us. Hope you guys all ready to tune in next week. And congrats to Deadpoolio, the winner of the Revan Black Series figure and an awesome shirt and stickers and merch from T-24.
Yeah, so if you like our Tatooine shirt or the Scarif shirt that we got over here, you guys can head over to T-24.com and order yourselves up some shit. They also have the stickers, awesomeness, anything you want, except for everything.
No beer, though.
It's not limited to Star Wars, so if you're just a DC fan like some people,
all good nerdiness.
You can head on over there, and it's all good nerdiness. T-24.com.
Our beer this week was some crazy ass Priaris quadruple Belgian 10% madness. Gave it 1 star because it's tasty, but it's so outrageous that it's not an everyday drinker.
It's made by scientists, they say.
Made by monks, probably.
Monks.
Belgian and shit. Thanks to Crafted Drafts for the beer. And
we do want to. We will be in Star Wars Celebration Orlando next month. We've got our tickets. We've got our press pass.
Everything's booked.
We're all booked.
Some of our other guys from the Commonwealth got their badges in the mail.
They look fucking sweet.
They look sweet. So ours should be here any day.
Well, Commander, did you already say what tattoo you were going to get from Sparks?
Yes. So, well, it'll be hard to show here on the stream, but I found a cool silhouette version of the Boba Fett mask. So it's pretty much just like the outline of the visor.
Sure.
So I'm kind of going to have Sparks do it in that style, but the Commander Cody helmet visor.
Okay.
So
I'm thinking about a quote, and it's going to be, "There is no try."
that's a good one.
I'm going to get it on my lower back.
I'm get it on in my nostril.
So we'll see. I'm kind of jumping back and forth, but I thought of that today, and I was thinking about the whole quote, but I like just the ending. There is no try.
I have a lot of ideas.
So
if you're going to be at Celebration, look out for us. A lot of the Commonwealth shows will be there, and then obviously Mopar and I, and we're bringing Lord Kerner and Tommy Boy with us.
So
it's going to be a madness fucking filled weekend.
Yep. And hopefully we get an episode 8 trailer.
I think that's where we're going to get it.
Oh my God, I assume.
Well, we have to. Yeah. So
they've kind of rumored that's what's going to open up Celebration.
Yeah.
Episode 8 trailer.
Ultra geeked for that.
Legitness.
So beautiful. This is episode 100, man.
No, it's 100.
Episode 100. Shit. Sorry.
Round of applause. Yes.
Yes. That's a lot of fucking rambling.
A lot of beer.
If on average, you got to say about an hour and a half. Probably hour and a half, 2 hours. So we're probably about 200 hours of audio.
Too much. I have an entire 1 terabyte hard drive filled up with just Rogue Squadron stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah, we have a terabyte of stuff. So
well,
that's where we are.
That's why we're famous. All right, guys. Thanks. We're good. We're done. Thank you, Chain Man.
Nope.
Chainsaw.
No problem.
Recording has ended.
Chainsaw Guerrera.
Live viewers are still with us.
That's me.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys are still live with us, Matt Keegan,
Appreciate
Jacob Weiss, and of course, Descrota from Moscow, Illinois, or whatever the hell, Iowa,
Idaho.
Man, you're not going to Celebration because you're not a big Star Wars fan?
No, I hated Star Wars. No, I'm going to California in May, and I'm going to see Metallica in Atlanta. So I got other things going on.
Sure.
When is Metallica gonna be in Atlanta?
It's in July 9th.
Oh,
yeah,
it's my anniversary.
They are coming here.
They're here, but it was sold out.
It's sold out. They're also going to be at Rock on the Range, the biggest.
Yeah, but I don't want to go to that whole fucking.
I know, I hear you. It's
Grill
expensive
festival just for
Metallica.
Yeah, I bought my tickets like 5 minutes after they went online. It was brutal.
Yeah.
Like it was searching, took forever to search for a ticket. It kept giving me like, do you want to be like out there on the field? No, I want a seat. I don't want to stand for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But thanks for having me on, guys. It's been fun.
Anytime, dude. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Anytime except for like the next, I don't know, two months, because
it's always a good blend to talk about Star Wars and Marvel and DC and Game of Thrones. Like we don't get pigeonholed into just one thing. So it's always good.
Game of Thrones conversation was awesome.
I love it.
So whenever you guys send out another email, I'll hop back in and set a date. So yeah.
Yeah, it'll probably be once Celebration is over, we'll probably send out another like round of guest emails like, hey, book your shit.
Well, we're going to be somewhat pretty busy because we got that, and then we got the May 4th stuff going on.
Yeah. Trying to get some more local stuff set up, too, with arcades and shit.
So.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's Wednesday. I'm tired. Pissed. Yeah. You put episode 5 at number 1, which is all right, I guess.
I approve.
So. All right, man. Appreciate it.
All right.
We will keep in touch.
All right. Peace out.
See ya.
All right, dude. Love you. Those who are on the stream, we are now done. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Man, that was the longest episode we've done in a while.
A lot, yeah, because his call was 2 hours.
Yeah,
and we did 20-30 minutes before.
Yeah, we're at 2 hours 20 minutes. So yeah, good shit. So everybody that was on the stream, if you tune in late or something, the full episode will be up on iTunes on Monday, and obviously you can go back and rewatch the video if you're that ridiculous. Congrats again to Deadpoolio. You're not here anymore, but sorry guys who didn't win.
Biff sticks.
Can't wait for episode 200. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't take 3 years to get to another 100 episodes.
We have to give a shout out to Biff Sticks because
Biff Sticks.
He came on board when Alkali was on, which was like 50 episodes ago.
Yeah, Biv Sticks. You've been rocking with us for a while. Alkali was like episode 37, I think. God. Our first episode with her was like 36, 37. So
I don't know if I could go back and listen to those episodes.
they're pretty good. And Scrota's been with us since the Drew interview. So
Yeah, but whatever.
yeah, fuck it. So, all right, guys. So thank you. Obviously, we will see you guys on social, and we'll be live next week.